Damas y caballeros, welcome to En Mis Tiempos. I'm one of your hosts, George, and you just lost the game. I'm here today with Adrian and Alfredo. How's it going, guys?
What's up? What's up?
See, what sucks is that I'm the only one that lost the game.
You
What
don't
game?
know? Oh my God.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Luis, I felt like you should have known. That was a bad point.
What game?
It's terrible for
This
All right,
week's
more
guest,
context. Come on.
No judgment.
Eric. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank y'all very much,
Eddie?
guys.
Did you lose the game?
What game we talking about?
Exactly. See, I'm the only one that
How
loses the
is
game.
it-
You say
I
that,
thought-
you can't say that no more.
I thought I was like only. What? How do you know about it?
Don't worry about it.
Well, we both
All right, well,
lost.
what is it?
No, we can't tell
I
you.
can't tell you.
It's in
Okay.
that secret, man.
I feel like
Alright.
y'all talked about this once, but I can't remember.
I was the whole time this morning. I was like, "Wait, have I already said this before?"
No. You said it once, but nobody heard it but me.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So you said it again?
No. But it was
Not
like
in the
during
intro?
that. It was not an intro. It was like something else. Man, I can't believe. I was
Man,
thinking.
we just lost.
That's what I was thinking. Is like, there's not another. I thought it was only the
A bunch
generational.
of people just lost the game.
Yeah, a bunch of people. Yeah, you just lost the
And
game.
they just turned us off because they're pissed off about it.
Yeah, so
Damn.
Y'all are
I'm
too
still
far
lost.
to the right.
I'm still lost.
I'm gonna try and hold my
Too far to the
cute
right.
PG guys.
I'm dead.
That way.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was thinking. There's no. I thought it was a generational thing. I thought it was just millennials.
Definitely a generational thing. It's
So-
definitely only millennials. I just stick my nose in places it shouldn't be. So
And then, so is there a do y'all have a game? Like, I don't
yeah,
know.
fucker, you know that game.
What game? I know that one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know that one. Yeah, we can't tell you about the game. Sorry.
I'm okay.
Just lost.
This is the worst start. I'm serious. But
It's not like
anyways,
this every week.
Yeah, we're
I
lost.
promise. No,
This is
Let's bring
we're
you
so
back in.
lost.
What do you want to talk about, Adrian?
I don't
Women's
know.
World Cup,
We're
let's
so
go.
lost.
It's over. We'll give it 1 week after it finished. Spain won. Congratulations if you're from Spain. I think we
Yeah.
had one listener in Spain
Oh, cool.
at some
We
point.
do.
actually,
Shout out
in
The women's,
Shout out
the
to
women's
the-
cup, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about the big kiss? That
Eric, did you see the big kiss?
Man, I missed it.
Oh,
So they're playing like early in the morning, right? So I have not seen the highlights.
Well, it was definitely a highlight.
Me neither. I didn't
It
watch
had
it.
to be a highlight, apparently.
It was
Yeah.
a celebratory kiss between the
Coach?
not the coach.
Oh, was it
It
the
was
president?
the president of the
President.
federation. While he's handing out, they're handing out the medals or whatever, and they're going down the line or whatever. She's not even the captain.
No.
no, she's just
like
she's
one of the
just
star
a
players or
veteran.
something.
Yeah, she's
But
one of
she'd
the old
already
players or
she'd
whatever,
already
and-
retired and then came back,
Yeah.
He grabs her,
even though she's only 33.
like gives her.
Like locks, I'm talking about like hands and hair.
It was
Yeah,
kind of
pretty
like that.
much,
It was.
He was congratulating her,
But it
gave her
was-
a big old hug. He grabs her face is right here. He grabs her and gives her a kiss, and she moves on.
He took a moment. He knew that was
He knew
one
what
of
he was
the-
doing.
one of the few times going to come about. And he's like, I can't pass up on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could tell it was like he was happy,
he's like, I'm here.
but
All right, well, so let's go. Let's. I'm sorry, I interrupt your joking.
okay,
away.
it's okay.
Well, what are your thoughts on it, George? We'll start with you. Yes.
I mean, he.
Hold on. Let me for you because I don't think you followed. You haven't kept up with it, right? So he's getting a lot of shit for it. People are calling for him to resign because it's just another example of toxic masculinity and males doing, the
patriarchy and
patriarchy and all blah blah blah. Don't cancel me for that. So that's where the conversation comes from. Like, what do you think of it? Do you think he did it because he's just a guy that's taking advantage of the situation and doing whatever the fuck he wants, or
Is he married?
I don't know, it's irrelevant.
Oh, it is irrelevant, but I don't know. I feel like it's in the moment. But it doesn't happen in guy sports.
Well, because it's guys doing it.
Yeah, I know, but you're happy.
That's a point I wanted to make. If it was a woman handing out, the trophies or whatever to
Yeah.
a bunch of guys, who's to say she wouldn't do it and she wouldn't get anywhere near the same.
it
level
would
she
be
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
would be
I
pretty
see
funny
that.
Yeah.
actually, and
right.
be like, whoa, cool.
No, I can definitely agree with that.
I did think about the fact that this was Spain, which is in Europe.
It's a very European
They're
thing.
Oh, yeah.
European. They
You're trying to say it was like the way they or how they say hi,
Greet.
their way of greeting each other,
sort
right?
of, but more
It's just a
excited.
different-
To a certain
different
extent,
mindset.
yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a cultural thing.
I feel like he saw the chance and he went for it.
I don't think
it
he
could
even
be.
thought about it.
Nah,
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
I don't think so either.
I haven't
think
seen it.
Yeah, it feels like
Hey,
it was just a.
Can you pull it up?
It was just an like it was just, he felt it at
spur
that
of the
moment.
That's what he said.
Smooch?
That's what she said. That's the first time I say that in actually. Yeah.
Hey,
So after she had an interview where they asked her about it, and she was just like, "Oh, I mean, it's okay. It's in the moment,
We were both
something
in the
like
moment.
that."
Yeah.
And
both
it's
of them.
and it also. You want to pull it up, please?
Oh my God.
Here it is.
Oh, here.
See if you can go full screen with that.
That was pretty loud. Hey, you see that X right there?
Does
No,
that
no,
say
no.
replay?
No, that's his view
This is view
replies.
replies. Just hit play somewhere.
Which one is it? Not the first guy. No, it's this. Oh, that back here.
Oh, yeah.
Over here.
See it?
Man, I don't know. I don't think that didn't look so terrible. I mean,
I agree. Plus, they also have a relationship. It's not like it's just some random girl that he's like, oh, she's fucking hot, I'm gonna kiss her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? They have a long relationship, and
They've
that's what
known
she
each
said.
other
Like they've
for-
known each other for a long time. It was the excitement of the moment, whatever. Everybody else
Absolutely.
is making a bigger deal out of it than she is.
I don't. And the way he did it too, it's not like he held her like an embrace, where like, oh, I want to be with you. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, congratulations, kiss you, get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then it's
He
not.
went for it. It looked like he went for it.
he knew better.
Oh, wait, I
It's
think he actually did.
Yes.
you're right.
No,
he
he-
gave her a slap.
He
Yeah.
It
tapped
was
her
the
on
back,
the lower back.
It went lower back. But
Yeah.
he was going.
He was careful not to do that.
I think he missed.
I mean, I could definitely see him being from Europe, and then how they get along. I mean, that's nothing but puro beso,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
It's
yeah.
definitely different.
So I can see that.
So we
so
all
that's
agree,
it.
I guess.
No, I mean it's. At the same time, I want to say no, just because like he
You
knows
want
where
PC?
the PC was that.
You smiling hard.
Some shit that boomers invented.
Oh wow! Definitely did not invent that. Political correctness, boomers? No, they're
Oh,
the least PC,
PC.
people ever.
What?
Absolutely.
They're the ones that set the bar.
Well, yeah.
And now
But
it's like,
millennials invented PC.
but then now it's like you gotta.
No. That was Gen Z.
I would say millennials.
Millennials?
Yeah.
I think last week I had like
Why
a
though?
whole argument for that because I was gonna bring it up. But
How
Never came
did
up, so I forgot
how
about
in your
mine.
eyes did millennials start that, the PC?
Well, you've seen it more, or I would say it's okay. If you look back, like Gen X, which I'm not sure if I'm millennial or Gen X. So I'm like right on the line. So 88
Oh, you're
you're
definitely
millennial.
millennial.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it's up to 88, right? Oh, it starts at 88.
82.
82.
80,
Yeah.
81, 82, 80.
We've
depending
looked
on
this
the-
Something like that. Okay.
Right. So, but you didn't see near like the canceling for somebody. If somebody didn't agree with you, like people just wanted to.
Oh, I see what
Millennial
you're going for.
is
I see what you're going for.
1981 to 1994.
So
what is a PC usually? Who brings that up? Like
Millennials.
no, but like who in what setting?
I
feel
mean,
like it's more
from,
like in a
from what I've noticed in the past year.
political setting.
No, I mean, that's where it started. But just because of the words that they're using. But political correctness means you do things that are
I mean, if you're out in the street and
Quote, unquote,
you
politically
say
correct.
something not politically correct, nobody's gonna be like, "That's not PC."
yeah,
They're just gonna be like, "You're an asshole" or whatever.
well, yeah.
Well,
because
yeah.
of the
But-
new generation.
But now it's used in.
But
but
millennials used to say PC. Now you're just an asshole and you're going to get canceled.
Do you think we now
And-
we say
and so
PC
Gen-
or
so-
we used to say PC?
A boomer says something,
Yeah.
Gen X laughs, millennials call it, not
PC or whatever. Okay.
right.
And then
Oh, okay.
the next generation cancels you. That's pretty much how it goes.
Next generation cancels you.
Pretty much, man. That's tough. Like, so I think part of that is we are going to have different opinions and everything, right? I think like where that came in is like as far as being PC, if you were like, you said something inappropriate and then you come into power or whatnot, or come into a position of leadership and then they bring that up and you get canceled for that, right?
Yeah.
Because, and that's a tough one though, right, man? Because even if you say like an off-color joke, where I could say something like, this happens to me all the time. Like I was cracking jokes, so I was like, the Mexicans here and there and whatnot, and the guys are like, I can't believe you'd say something like that. I'm like, bro. I mean, first of all, you got to call them like Latinx. It's like Latinx is like I am Mexican. I was like, I don't even know what Latinx is,
They're
man.
fans. You sound like a
Oh, bro, like
I mean,
Southern.
You're the most rednecky sounding Mexican I've ever met. I'm just
I
saying.
mean,
I
it's
would
south
say-
of the border.
I met somebody today on the excavator. He was making me waste my English on him too. So I was sitting there talking. The boy had I'm talking about a dip in his lip, just talking with a drawl that made me sound like a northerner, you know. And so I was talking to him, and then I went over there and we got our concrete superintendent, Francisco, ven para acá. Y esto que quieres lejos que esto acá abierto para que puedan entrar las trocas y tal. And then the dude starts speaking in Spanish. I'm like, oh, hell. You got me out here wasting my English, man.
I hate when that happens.
Limited amount of it. We can't waste
Right. We got
Spanish speakers,
especially with the amount of brain cells I got left, right? You know, so that's tough.
So he was wasting it on you, and you were
going
wasting
blurry.
it on him.
That's it, man. That is it. And I mean, there's certain times, so you know, like
Eric, do
growing
me a
up.
favor. Look at that camera real quick.
What's going on? Oh, I see it right there.
What's going on?
It keeps going blurry.
Oh, that's
I
because
know
I'm
what's
ugly,
going
man. I
on.
done told y'all.
Because you're what?
Because I'm ugly.
I want to get this dude.
Things gonna start breaking up. I was like, oh, good God.
Well, I didn't hear PC until 2016. That's the first time I heard it.
Really?
It started way before that, but I don't know when it was.
I just heard it in 2020.
What?
When was it whenever Trump started running? That's when I heard
2016.
2016.
Was it 2016?
But that's been a thing since way before then.
Yeah, and we know that, but
Shit, wait.
it's just I didn't know anything about it until then.
And I mean, that's been going on, like you're saying, politically well before then, right? Like, so,
It said 1970s is when PC became a term.
Right.
right, because it was for everybody running in politics, right? So they found out you had an affair with your wife or you had an affair with a girlfriend back when, then you got to, like I said, you became a senator, and that came up, you know, because they're going to dig up all kinds of stuff, all kinds of trash.
Well, I can't run for office.
Oh, same thing. Definitely could run for office, man. I could barely get a library card, much less anything else higher than that. So
No,
Why do you think I'm kidding?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that people bring up stuff from like, you get tweet something 5 years ago or 6 years ago and bring it up in whatever you do. And, you know, I mean, it happens to a lot of political
Have y'all ever
people.
seen that? This guy on TikTok kind of looks like you, actually.
what your name?
What the hell's his name?
Brad
say
Pitt.
TikTok
His
or
name's Eric.
Instagram?
Probably Brad Pitt.
I was gonna say just like
No, he
Gerard
comes on there. He
Cheese
calls out people that like do stupid shit, and then he
In
tries
the
to
gym?
find them and get them like fired and shit.
Tizzy?
Oh, yeah,
Tizzy, yes.
yeah.
I never heard of him.
He's under fire right now because of all like he used to be a dickhead apparently back in the day,
Oh, really?
and there's a lot of old tweets, a lot of old posts from him that are like. People are like, "Yeah, y'all like this motherfucker? He used to be a piece of shit," and he's like, "Yeah, I used to be a piece of shit." And
Accepted.
like, yeah,
now I'm not.
and now I'm not. So what? What's your point? But anyway, to your point, you could have tweeted something 20 fucking years ago when you were 14 years old and stupid, and
Yeah.
you changed since then. You've grown since then. You've done the right thing, and people are still trying to cancel you for it. So it's whatever. Also, it's
I would just like to say before I even say anything, I always try to pretend that I have an imaginary son.
Oh
I wasn't expecting that.
me neither. So what would your imaginary son do?
What
in
would you
this
tell your
situation?
imaginary son?
I don't know. I got a real one, but I'm not worried about him.
imaginary
Imaginary one that really is the one that's important, right? You know?
So we were just talking about that out there before, when Yvette was out there, and she thinks we need to have more episodes like that
I mean, no.
because
Where chairs might be flying and Joe might be going to
and
prison.
it's weird because we've heard that from several people.
people like controversy.
But
Man.
they
People
like polarizing.
drama.
Well,
People
yeah,
like-
there's people that like drama and there's people that don't, and we have to kind of. I
That's
think
why
the balance that we have is good.
That's what we brought on Eric.
Yeah,
Right?
he's going to bring
Yeah,
it
y'all
down.
had
Just
good,
give
now
him
you
a
got to have
hand.
ugly. You know what I mean?
We will
Yeah,
have
imaginary
that
son too.
coming up in the next few weeks. We'll figure it out.
It's just funny how like some people, they like Jersey Shore,
Yeah.
and then some people.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
No.
We need more of that fucking reality TV bullshit coming on there.
No, we need both because we've gotten just as much praise about other episodes that have been
Yeah, the positive ones.
People
Yeah,
watch
that's true.
what's it called?
But the thing with that episode is that we were lucky, quote unquote, that he's a calm dude. I'm a calm dude. Like we're not violent people, right? That might not always be the case. We could have somebody on here where I'll say some shit and it gets
He didn't seem calm at one point. I'm just gonna say.
Eric, if I remember correctly, didn't you used to fight?
Oh yeah, yeah.
See, he's not a calm person.
No, well,
Oh no.
No, hold on, really?
yeah, man. I was a competitive fighter for quite a while.
Boxing, MMA,
MMA.
really? Ooh.
So
You got anything online we could look at right now?
actually, I have something on my.
Tell us about your best knockout so we can pull it up.
Wait, what's your record?
And then your worst knockout.
44 or it was 39, 5 and 1.
I want to know about that one.
Wait,
It was undisputed. Okay.
it was the one.
They said
Undisputed.
uncontested, but it was undisputed. He was cut. He
Undisputed
couldn't
tie.
fight.
Oh, okay. What's it? So I'm guessing. What about knockouts?
Man, I've won. I'll tell you, most of my fights.
Chokes?
No,
Taps?
knockouts.
Knockouts.
Yeah. If it goes past the first round, if it went past the first round, my chances dropped. Tremendously,
Tyson.
like exponentially.
Tyson like.
What?
Well,
Tyson
yeah,
like?
but he was a monster. I was kind of more like not a monster. You know?
Okay, makes
Like,
sense. Yeah,
I
okay.
get hit hard here and there.
He's
but-
like, I know I can't go 3 rounds, so I got to get him.
yeah, that's it.
It's either
Man.
now or never.
I'd put everything else, and after that, it was just like
like,
it was
fuck.
all pride. Like I was gassing, like borderline about to crap myself, you know, because you couldn't focus anymore on the.
I'm guessing it's really we don't MMA, but I'm guessing it's exhausting to the point you have to train.
You ever been in a fight?
Huh?
You ever been in a fight?
No, I'm
Have you,
about
ever,
to be.
have you ever played wrestled anybody?
Yeah, plenty of times.
My wife all the time, man. And she beats me. That's the sad part, you know what I mean? So I'm doing the dishes afterwards. I mean, that's not fun.
That's how y'all decide who does
I said
chores.
Yeah, I got this one here.
I'm over here trying to fight. Yeah, that or send it in.
Wait, is that
What's that on?
Where's that on?
Oh, let's see. This was up at Choctaw Casino.
Oh, shit. Well, where's the video so we can pull it up here?
Oh, it's on Facebook. I don't know. I mean, I'm not technically savvy.
Somewhere.
Well, hold on, stop that, because our listeners can't see that. So
We'll
it's not
put
gonna
it
be
on.
good. If you
Wait.
tell them where he can find it online, we'll pull it
I
up.
could try and see if I can share it.
Maybe you can send it to Luis.
That sounds crazy.
Pull it up real quick.
Have an MMA fight somewhere?
Or we've got.
You want to switch
you
it
want
from
to switch to
boxing?
MMA?
No, I really
You want
don't.
to switch boxing to MMA? Because I don't.
I would end up pulling. Oh, you would?
I think.
I would end up pulling out my
Well,
wrestling
I
moves.
couldn't go 2 rounds in either one of them,
Yeah.
but I think MMA would be a lot more exhausting than boxing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I think
Especially if you're fighting a grappler. Like if you're fighting somebody that's a striker, you
man.
could.
What was the worst? Did you hate grapplers?
The ones that I hated were the wrestlers, like collegiate wrestlers. The jiu-jitsu guys, man, like you didn't know if you were like in danger with them because they're smooth, right? Like they're getting, and I was always like, just like a cat that hit the water. The moment I hit the ground, I'm trying to get up, you know, like no means no, no means no. Let me get up, you know. And they wouldn't, you know, no matter how much I begged, they don't let you get up. You have to work to get up. But the wrestlers, man, and the cage really kind of benefits the wrestlers because they'll pin you up against and put you in that corner, man, and then you just kind of have to find you. In order to get up, you're gonna have to eat some shots.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
so,
I gotcha.
but I mean, those are the ones that always beat me. Like I've never been knocked out,
shots.
but I have been right. But I have. Oh man, like I've lost by decision every single one. I got choked out one time.
Really?
I didn't even know I got choked out. I just woke up.
No way.
Yeah, with my with my coach, like,
Yeah, that's how like colonoscopy was.
oh wow,
Yeah, I just woke up and I'm like, wait.
No. I feel different.
Was it? Did it like mess with you the way getting choked out that way?
No. I mean, I didn't.
You didn't tap out, so you know at least I didn't give up. I just got.
No, I just he just took me. That's what it was. Took me for I had no option. He like, and it didn't take long either. Like the moment I felt that clinch, I just remember going out and I was like I was working on it. It was a rear naked choke, and he had me in a body triangle. So now mind you, I was skinny.
I don't know what any of that means.
So
I do.
so he's like just gets his leg across and puts his foot in behind the other knee, and they just clamp down like that, and then they squeeze the shit out of you there. Oh, sorry, the crap out of you.
Hey, you can't cuss on
Are
this.
you kidding me?
I'm trying not to, but you know, guys,
After last week,
I've been known as a savage from time to time. But yeah, so I just woke up and then it clamped down and it didn't even feel like it's just on the sides. Like I just remember feeling pressure, really hard pressure there, and then I just woke up. That was it. But I was like 13 or 14, something like that.
Damn. Oh.
Were you in Mexico or here?
In Mexico, I was a boxer. I boxed. I started out boxing. My grandfather boxed in Cuauhtemoc, Chihuahua, and so he took me there. My grandfather was telling me as a little kid, he's like, it doesn't hurt. There's gloves. Like you don't get hurt with boxing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because
That shit hurt.
That shit hurt. There's something behind it. You know, of course, these are like old gloves, so they like you just put the glove on and there's padding all around except where the fist is at. You know, it's been punched in so much. You know, so.
You can see the knuckle through the other side.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So you're from Cuauhtemoc?
I was born in Cuauhtemoc, and I was raised in a little town called Oscar Sotomainas in Chihuahua. So I lived up in the mountains, like right beside it. I was south of Juarez, like 4 hours, and I bordered Sinaloa in Chihuahua, up in the mountains.
Did you ever go to Krill?
No, man. Like I was telling people, we didn't. I mean. Hell, if a person traveled like 30 miles around there, that was a well-traveled and cultured person.
I never went there.
You never?
I never went. It was just on my mom's side of the family, which is still in Juarez. That was just a place we always went to every summer. It was just a thing.
Money.
Yeah, it was just a place to go.
We didn't have that.
We had money.
We had
enough money.
We had some land to go work on. That's where you had to go.
No, I don't think I ever went. Like, if I went on vacation, it was a road trip to get somewhere. Like, we would go to my grandma's house in Acuña, or we would go into Mexico City for my sister's.
Oh, cool.
Mexico City.
I would have gone.
We had to go there. We didn't, it wasn't a vacation.
It's all go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was like in Cuauhtemoc, like when we would have to go down there, there's a lot of Mennonites in that area. So whenever we went to go get like stuff, it was part of it. But we like loaded up in a tractor, like with a wagon.
And half of it was cheese.
Yes. 100%.
Bread, queso Mennonita.
Queso Mennonita. And then you get some bologna. Shoot, boy. You don't even know, man. It's good times.
Get some bread.
Gotta have las tortillas. Oh.
I was about to say just tortillas. You don't need bread.
Yeah, for the tortillas.
You know what Mennonitas are?
No, I have no idea.
Mennonites.
Yeah, Mennonites. But you know what Mennonites is?
I have no idea what a Mennonite is.
So what's another?
Y'all said they were the same as the freaking
Amish.
They're kind of like
No,
the Amish.
but
if I say
like,
Amish, he's gonna know what we're talking about.
That's what we're
Even though that's
what we're trying to do.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I still, my contention is they're not the same, but whatever. I think
Well,
that's
no.
once and I was wrong.
So, okay,
No,
I
I think
you.
you're right. I don't think they are because I don't think they're the same. Because at least like an Amish, right? So they're doing everything by hand. They don't try to use like power tools and like that. They're still like in wagons stuff. And a Mennonite, man, he's quick to get a tractor.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that helps.
Yeah, they put some work.
Yeah, so they'll do everything by hand, but if that's going to help them, they'll do it faster.
There's some hardworking people too, man. I mean, they really are. I mean, Mexico, the government gave them a bunch of land. We gave them a bunch of arid land. They're like, oh, nobody's ever going to do anything with that. And they put some wells in, man. And
So that's why you wouldn't consider them as like an Amish Mexican?
no, because you have Mennonites here as well.
You do?
So yeah, yeah. They're all over the place. But
I don't know. I
feel
just
like-
looked it up and y'all said that it was the same and he confirmed it, but I still think it's wrong.
No, I think it's different, but that's I
And the
was just
Mennonites-
trying to
the
explain to
Mennonites-
him.
I don't know where
This
the
is
Amish
sort
came
of
from,
what it
but I'm
looks
pretty
like.
sure the Mennonites are German.
Oh,
The
yeah,
original
Men-
Mennonites were German.
Mennonites
It's a
are
call,
German.
Like,
hablan alemán.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're
I get that, but
they speak Spanish, English, German. Yeah, they're fluent.
I remember the last time I went, we always stopped at this store, and it was a Mennonite store, and they're all dressed the same.
Yeah,
Amish groups
Like Amish?
stick to the literal
Like black?
scriptural meanings, while Mennonites focus more on global Anabaptist ideas and peace-building work.
Anabaptist?
Anabaptist is what this says.
Like ANA?
like a religious thing type of thing?
I've never heard that word before.
yeah.
Well,
no.
yeah,
They are
they're all-
religious.
Well, there's
Yeah.
two different.
I don't know.
Yeah, you drive
Ruben,
miles
the
and
term
Ruben,
Anabaptist,
you know who you are.
towns and towns
Shout out.
of people.
the term Anabaptist literally means rebaptizer.
Huh.
Okay.
Never heard of that.
So someone who born again,
Who thinks John didn't do a good job and they're going to baptize you again?
basically.
All right.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think I looked that up
moving
before.
on.
But
I don't think I was here
So
whenever
January-
y'all talked about that because I don't remember looking this up at all.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think so. Because I don't remember talking about this at all.
Whenever y'all talked about it, it was definitely wrong
Maybe it was
because I
was
didn't
de-
fact check it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it was an episode at all. I think it was just a drunken night.
Just
Well,
looking
definitely
shit
an
up.
episode for me, but not one of these episodes.
No.
All right, George.
What's up?
If they were making a movie about you,
Oh, who would
yep, you know the question.
Ryan Reynolds?
What? Well, you
you
gotta ask
laughing?
some questions so people know what you're talking about.
Why you laughing? Yeah, ask the
If they were
question.
making a movie about you, who would you want them to cast as you?
Ryan Reynolds. Why
Why
are you laughing?
would take himself out of the running
No.
for that shit. He'd be like, no,
He'd
I'm
be like,
not.
no, I know what Gatorade is.
I don't know. That's a
I
good
know
question.
that
It's
Coke and
weird.
Pepsi are two different companies.
I would think someone like that new guy from that movie Blue Beetle. I don't know the actor's name.
Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle. Is it
Oh,
Blue
Blue
Beetle?
Beetle.
Man, I
No.
was going to say that the other day. Pal.
It's getting good reviews.
I mean, I know, but I like to go
I
to
don't
the movies.
know who that
His
is.
name is Solo Maridueña.
I don't know. That or
Why him? He
I don't
looks
know.
like you?
No.
He has
I
a.
feel like the Mexican American type of.
This guy. Solo Maridueña.
Okay,
It's the first one.
This guy right here.
Hey, The Rock. It's the first guy. Becky G's in it.
I think she's.
I think you look more like George Lopez.
I was about to say George Lopez.
Bro, I thought about George Lopez. too,
George
but I was like, George
Lopez
Lopez,
kinda
no.
look
No,
empty.
Carlos Mencia for you.
Carlos Mencia.
Oh, you see that? No, really? Yeah. Can you pull up Carlos real quick? I
Please
think you might
don't.
be right.
Please don't.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's kind of
Bruno
a
Mars.
insult.
I know.
You're about as tall as Bruno, but I don't think that.
I get it all the time. Oh, you know who
can
you look
we
like? You
pull
look
up
like
a
Bruno
young
Mars.
Carlos Mencia?
That's right there.
He's right there. That's young. That's
That's
young.
either Carlos Mencia or the guy from Jackass.
Carlos Mencia.
What's his name?
Like
Who from Jackass?
Knoxville? No, Johnny Knoxville.
no, the other guy.
He does look like him, though, doesn't
I
Right?
he?
guess that is
Yeah.
Carlos Mencia.
Right there. Look at that one.
Dang.
Yeah, it looks like George. Okay, we can play.
Oh, actually,
Mencia
you
can play
know, yeah, a younger one.
No, I'm kidding. The question was, who would you want them to play? So, Ryan Reynolds is your answer. The question to you was,
I think he's funny.
he's definitely funny.
I think he played me. No, I don't know. What about you?
Adrian?
I'm gonna go with Gael Garcia.
Gael Garcia. Who's Gael Garcia?
A huevo.
You know who Gael Garcia is?
I do.
I hope you do.
I don't know. I probably.
You're a
know
Star
the
Wars
face.
fan.
No, that's
that's not
Oh,
him.
that's the other guy.
That's
Diego Luna.
Diego Rivera.
Yeah.
Diego Luna.
Diego Luna.
Diego Luna. No,
You still, but now that you know who Diego Luna is, you know who Gael Garcia is, his butt buddy.
I think so.
But buddy,
Y tu mamá
Are you gonna pull
también.
him up, please, or what?
So,
I
Month
mean,
again?
You gotta pull him
I
up.
thought you all.
Película.
Yes,
a
well, some
movie-
of our
Oh,
listeners
the
might
one.
have. Some of our
El
viewers
que-
might
Those are-
not.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
know.
both
I know
of
who he is. Yeah, I know who he is now. That's who you would choose. Okay, that's a good.
That's
nope,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not who. That's not who I.
Yeah, that's
That's
him.
definitely
but
not who I.
Yeah,
know.
definitely not thinking of
I was
that.
gonna
I
go with
didn't think
Gael.
it was him.
I look more like Jordan Peele. No.
Let's find like is there an actor out there that's like half Mexican, half Asian?
For Adrian,
Yeah.
Let's find out.
I'm sure there is.
wasn't Carlos Mencia half Asian?
No.
Like
He's-
Filipino?
he's not even
Hondureño.
Mexican.
Probably is.
Hondureño.
Have any of y'all done like that 23andMe or Ancestry.com?
Yes, but don't change the subject. You're
Okay.
next.
All right.
Chris,
you have?
Chris Stapleton.
I can see that.
See that?
But he's the singer. You need an actor.
Yeah.
You can act.
Okay, let me see. Does it have to be like a very proper
No. It's
representation?
whoever you want.
I
to
said
play.
Ryan Reynolds. Come on.
Man, I mean, somebody that's got my physique, my charisma. I'd have to say
That's gonna
like
be like The Rock. What?
Somebody from Game of Thrones.
Gerard Butler.
You do
something
kind of
like
look a little bit like
yeah.
I definitely-
What's the,
I can see that.
I definitely just look like I'm on his off-cycle
Yeah.
version of him right now. So, I mean,
I don't know who this actor is, but it could be Adrian. This guy.
okay.
Oh, he's in
Multiracial. Is that what you typed?
I can't believe there's an
I
actual
said
list.
half Asian, half Latino actor. Sure. Half Latinx actor.
Well, there are a lot of Asian Mexicans in the
Stop
Tijuana
trying to
Peninsula.
change the subject. We need to know who you would like to play you in the movie.
Man. Damn, that's a tough
Gerard
one.
Butler
bro.
is a good one.
I mean, I can see that, but I mean, it's.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Oh, I like him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with Liam Neeson for you.
I'll go with that. I'm not that tall, but you know.
He is
Is he?
tall. He's
Oh, you
freaking
know
tall.
Hugh Jackman. That's it.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
You know,
Hugh Jackman.
we're just gonna be
There you
out here living the dream, you know. Might as well.
Liam Neeson is 6'4". Damn.
Yeah,
he's tall.
fucking
Oh wait,
You
who's
know,
that?
he was a professional boxer too.
Was
What?
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Professional boxer in
Oh, I did
Ireland.
not know
I think
that.
I heard that somewhere.
So him and oh no, Abe was a wrestler. Never mind.
Wait, I got it. That guy from Into the Heights, or what's it called? In the Heights?
Are you gonna
In the
change
Heights.
yours?
Yeah. I want to see what y'all think. I want to see what y'all
Into
think.
the what?
In the Heights.
In the Heights.
In the Heights? I don't know what that
Is
is.
it? It's called In the
George
Heights,
thought
right?
about somebody that he thinks he looks like.
No, I said Bruno Mars.
Let's see what it. Let's see
He
what
said
comes up.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
About 4 times I've been told.
No,
It's
he's
like,
talking about this
you kind of
guy.
look like Bruno Mars. I'm like, oh, cool.
Is this who you're talking about?
Yeah, look, I used to have that hair.
I kind of see that.
You did have that.
Yeah, that used to be my hair.
I'm not gonna hate because I ain't got hair.
What's the guy from?
I'm sure
There's a movie about narcolepsy. Like he just falls asleep everywhere. What's his name?
Sleepwalk with me?
it's
No,
the Inception.
No, like
Sleepwalks.
no.
He just starts to
fall asleep.
Narcolepsy. Holy shit!
A movie or
It's a movie.
Donnie Darko.
Just about that.
Luis,
It's just about that.
Like, what else happens in the movie?
come on. That's like the biggest. That's the premise of the
does
movie.
he fall
mean,
asleep at night?
The only movie I can think of is Sleepwalk with Me. It's that comedian. Fuck.
That's the Gillian.
I have no idea.
Mark
Is that-
Birbiglia.
No. Are
Is
you
that-
serious? What did you type in your search?
Oh yeah, you haven't said anyone.
What did you type in the search?
Well, that's who he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
no, totally not that guy. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a movie about
What was
guy
your
with
search? I want to see your search.
Robert Pattinson.
Sleepwalk with Me. That's what it's called.
Okay.
I just say
movie about
movie
narcolepsy.
Guy that sleeps.
Guy that sleeps everywhere.
That'd be
There's
such
a
an
movie
awesome,
called Ode to Joy.
awesome thing.
What?
When did
the
it get
fuck?
woken? Wait.
What?
Ode to Joy.
No. What?
What the fuck movie
What
are you
is
talking
going
about?
on?
All right. Curly haired actor comedy. Fuck. What's the name of that guy? God damn it.
What
Curly-haired
other
actor,
movies has
fine.
he been on?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
Okay.
He does comedy.
Okay.
Oh yes.
If you get this,
That is
He
a
does
very
the-
broad range.
Luis, you're failing us right now. Like you're supposed to be the
You
guy.
have given me
Does he?
nothing.
No, he doesn't.
I swear to God, I don't understand how that movie didn't come up. It's a movie about That's what the movie's about. Narcolepsy.
I typed
It's narcolepsy.
movie about narcolepsy, and then I typed curly-haired
never mind.
actor.
I
Nothing.
think I know who you're talking about.
Who are the curly-haired actors you
He's
got?
always with Adam Sandler.
Sometimes, yes.
John C. Riley.
Nope.
No,
Fuck. I'm
he's a short guy.
the one from Paul Blart.
He's the one that does the fucking dolphin. He's like, you know what I'm talking about, right? That's him. Yes,
Schneider.
there you go. Thank you.
Ah, that Trumpy. Yeah, all right.
okay.
He is.
We just got to move on.
He's
Narcolepsy.
a Filipino.
I would just know his political view. Oh, that's
Well, no, because I went and saw Adam Sandler live, and he opened, and he went off the fucking deep end talking about conspiracy theories. It was bad at this live show, to the point to where Adam Sandler was like, "I'm still your friend, but you say some fuck shit."
I don't know. I mean,
That's
yeah,
George.
That's close.
That's George.
How dare you?
That Rob Schneider, not that Rob Schneider. Like,
I was about to say, is that him?
Yeah,
now?
that's a lot of work.
yeah, that's yeah.
that Rob
curly hair.
Schneider.
That's a lot of
Bottom
work.
right. That one.
That?
No,
I mean, that's
Oh,
closer.
top left, top right.
Rob Schneider, curly hair.
No, you need the one where he's like drunk or
Oh,
something.
from The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was on Longest Yard.
Okay.
Put me in
So that
couch.
guy when I had hair,
That would
you go.
be you?
when I had hair, or Bruce Willis when I'm bald.
I can see Bruce Willis. I can see
Bruce
Bruce
Willis.
Willis.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Bruce
So it
Willis
depends
being
on where we're at in my lifetime, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Man,
I like your choices. I like your choices.
I got a timeline of that in like the closet. Do y'all? You know, you got like clothes that you had like 10 years ago that you still
still have
think
some,
maybe
man.
to get naked.
And you just like, keep it there?
Back into
You're
it.
like, I'm gonna fit.
Oh yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, I'm
That's your-
gonna get back in shape. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
So that's the motivation. Just keep it in there.
Man, you know
yeah.
what? Eventually, I just throw it out. I'm like, yeah. I'm just
Do you throw it out though?
I do. What I do is I put it in a bag and I'm like, I'm gonna go donate this or whatever, and then it sits in that room back there
Yeah.
for like a month, and I'm like, I'm fucking throwing this, and then I throw it away.
You know, I'm just too stupid to give up. I think is what it is. I just try, and I'm
I've
like,
got
I
things
can
with
get back in
tags
there.
on them. I'm gonna get into that.
I was like, I know I'm gaining a little weight. I'm gonna step on the scale. It made an audible squeak. When I, got it. I shouldn't even have looked down. That was my cue. Just look straight ahead. But you know what happened? Curiosity killed the cat. I looked down. Now I'm gonna die.
No. Okay.
Started. I mean, well, minus the beer. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Oh, now I feel bad for offering.
it's okay. It's okay.
No, I mean I'm the type to keep up a few things. Like I have a lot of clothes that I need to throw out, but I just can't. I think it's just laziness at this point.
Wait,
Yeah.
this guy could be Eric.
Who's that?
Okay.
Get
Yeah,
one.
yeah, one of those.
Have you ever watched Half Baked?
Oh,
Yes. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck
remember
you.
him.
Fuck you.
That's him.
Yeah, that's it. You're cool. What the
Thank
fuck?
you,
are
George.
I was thinking the guy from Game of Thrones, the Walding.
Oh,
yeah.
shit, the red-haired
Yeah,
one?
Yeah. That definitely,
came
like,
to
if I were to be a
Oh,
character,
yeah.
I would definitely be someone like a barbarian type. Like,
That'd be awesome.
my mom always says, like, I'm not the, oh man, I try and be, I'm a caring person, but I'm definitely not ever going to give you like the motivational support that most people would give you. Like, I remember one time my sister got broke up with her boyfriend that she thought she was going to marry, and they dated for like 2 years, and came in very analytical. I was like, look, you've been dating this guy for 2 years, okay? Y'all broke up, didn't work out, all right? You're probably going to live to be around 80. So break that down. It's a fraction. You're a 40th of your life. Don't cry over a 40th of your life wasted. And my sister told that story the other day, and she was like, someone's in there doing fractions, trying not to cry. I'm not good with math. No, I'm bad at education. You know what I'm saying?
Why is he throwing me that
So,
right now?
and she said, I just said that. I completely forgot about it. She just brought that up the other day and then just walked off. And like, apparently just shut the door and like, that's good. You know, did my brotherly
I mean, did
duties.
she move on?
Eventually, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
she's dating somebody else now, you know.
Did my job right there.
I did.
wrong.
I was trying. I would look at that. I was like, I'm going to mess this up. It's like, how much is this going to cost me? Damn.
You're the type to probably go and knock him out or something.
No, man, actually not. I do not like, I don't like arguing with people. I mean, I'm not beyond like getting like an altercation or something like that. But something about arguing, I always try to like level stuff out.
I gotcha.
Now, I will like
Arguing or like debating?
debating is different, right?
Yeah.
So you can debate with somebody. You can have a different view, but you got to be respectful, right?
Yeah.
I think it's when somebody,
Until you call him an idiot.
well, even then,
I mean, you were close to that last time.
I don't mind it, like when people call me an idiot, right? Because you're probably right. You know, I was just saying,
90% of the time they're right.
you know, it's yeah. I don't have any. I like to debate people, not debate people like, but it's how you widen your horizons, right? So it's like if you never debate anybody, if you're always around people that are just
Close-minded?
like-minded, yeah. Well, I would say like-minded, right?
Okay.
Like-minded individuals, you never broaden up your horizons, right?
I gotcha.
And so different perspectives, you can't anticipate it, somebody or expect somebody to have the same beliefs or the same views on things when they didn't have the same like not upbringing but like challenges, environmental factors that came into play, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I just think it's important to speak with people, and it's a debate. It's not an argument, right? So like when I talk to people, y'all know Justin, right?
Yeah.
One of my best friends. I absolutely love him to death, man. He's like a brother to me. And we don't see eye to eye on a bunch of stuff. And we will debate stuff, but it's never like, it's not, I mean,
You've never wanted to punch him or anything like that.
Oh, all the fucking time. That's my boy. That's my boy. Yeah.
All of us have wanted to punch
I love the. Oh man, so we were sitting there. We had this one guy that were trying to come out of shell, like probably about 2-3 months back, and he's like, "Man, you got to cut loose, kind of get out." You know, a little banter back and forth. And Justin stopped what he was doing. He was typing. He looked over at him. He's like, "Just gonna tell you real quick." He's like, if you talk to me like Eric talks to me, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth. And then just went back to cyber to see him. So, but no, I mean, all playing aside now. No, like, you just, I think if you have different opinions, that's cool, right? Because if you get left to your own devices in your own mind, that's when you start veering hard one way or the other, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think having friends with different perspectives, because it will, like, you might not look at it a certain way. Because again, you didn't have that experience, or they might not. Yeah. They just might give you some like eye-opening.
But you have to be open to hearing.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, that also comes down to like being able to take like people that can't take criticism.
I admit when I'm wrong.
Same.
Are you is there some issues that you're not open to like debating?
Not really, man. I mean, I just don't have like. There's nothing that I would see, because you can talk about anything.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You can talk about it, but being respectful, right? Because whenever you start like trying to purposely, like if you
try to like find something that they will.
Yeah, like rather than debating an idea, now you're like trying to dig at somebody. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
So that is the that's just the kind of stuff that I tend to stay away from. Like I mean, I get along and talk with whoever, but I never debate somebody with like, your idea is fucking stupid. You know, you should think this way or think. I mean, it's not.
I try to do that, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I get to that point.
Oh well, I mean,
where you just call them stupid?
Yes.
I try like. I always try like you have to pick a side, right? You can't always be on the fence. Like you have to have some backbone somewhere or other, right? So you have to be like stern. Like, okay, I'm open to your ideas. So an educated person, and I don't mean like literal like in the book, but I'm just talking about somebody that's actually got some sense. Would
something
be like
behind the eyes.
Right, exactly. So it'd be like they say something, you can listen to somebody's idea without one either accepting it as truth and completely, and then shutting it down, right? So I'm like, okay, so not what platform, but where are you coming from that has that opinion?
And I think that's when I get to that point where I'm doing that, but they're not.
And that's frustrating. That is very frustrating.
And that's when I lose it, and I'm like, well, are you just fucking
No, absolutely.
That's where you just cut the conversation off, right?
Because you get nowhere.
Well, I try. Sometimes I try, and it's like, all right, you're right. And then they get mad, and then I call them stupid.
Okay. That's how it goes.
You try, but they don't accept what you were saying?
They don't have to accept what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just have to listen to it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's not like, you're telling me your point, I'm going to listen to your point and listen to my point. Right.
But if they don't listen to you,
you fuck them up. No.
So cold. Oh, no. Knockout.
There's another one.
Armbar.
Yeah.
That's really his, like when he talks about his record fighting, it came from arguments. It had nothing to do with.
You know what? I want to fight you.
Man, I will say, so that fight I was going to show y'all, I think lasted like 20 seconds, maybe.
We're going to. Okay.
And man.
We're going to get that clip.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you. But I'm always like, I have no qualms when I go like and go fight somebody. Like, I'm not the guy that's going to banter back and forth. Like, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, yep, you're probably right. If you knew me, you'd probably even call me worse. You know what I mean?
So when was your last fight?
Man, my last fight was probably 70 pounds ago.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
10 pounds a year.
Don't even say a time. Just say
it's like, it was knee pains. It's before the knee pains. So, no, it was.
You were 30, so.
It was 20.
How old are you now?
35. So I was like 28 or 29.
Oh, I said 10 pounds. 10 pounds a year. So
it's like, man, you're right on it, man. I got to correct that. Damn, I got to put that in the negatives. But yeah, that was the last fight that I had. I didn't even train for. I just had to make weight. I was like at 230, and I had to come down to 205. And so, like 3 weeks before, just like
stop eating.
Oh, pretty much, man. Pretty much, you can't eat anything. They put you in a salt bath like 34 hours or 3 days before the fight, and it just like dehydrates you. So your eyes are all sunk in, and if you don't look, like if you got fat, so you look like a zombie that's been eaten good. You know what I mean? You still got some flab about you.
Okay.
What you do to rehydrate? I always wonder.
Bro, that's the tough part. Like, so if it's even within 24, like if you do it right and you do it correct, you can drop. I've seen guys drop like 19 to 21 pounds.
I was gonna say 20 is what I
In what?
for some reason I did a lot of
day?
research into this one time. And
Trying to-
I found that 20 pounds
A couple
was
weeks ago or a couple months ago
Nah,
when
it
you're
was
trying to
just
win
a few
that
years ago.
contest with.
No, seriously, yeah, 20 pounds is what you can pull from the body. Like if you do right, and got to stay away from you stay away from sodium, and then the diet gets real strict, like leading up like four and a half to 5 weeks before, and then you get going like you cut literally like almost all water out.
Is this like Epsom salt baths or?
Yeah, hot Epsom salt baths.
That's why it says like only sit in it for like
You
an
have to
hour
cut water
because
out?
it
Bro, it just dehydrates you
Dehydrating.
bad, man.
Yeah.
And
you lose the water weight until you
yeah.
can make weight.
So I'm always dehydrated.
man, bro, and it's tough. So,
Well, you also don't know Gatorade, Powerade, none of that.
but it's tough, man. Like when you get out, even from a weight cut, you instantly have like a headache. So it's just like it's like being hungover, right? Because man, your brain loses a lot of water.
set
Yeah,
things that like in my
Grasping
brain
for
are
the-
normal.
So, like, those
when you're
last-
dehydrated, you get a headache. And when you're hungover because you're dehydrated and you have a headache.
You have a headache.
yeah.
So those last 2 or 3 weeks when you're like heavy into it, I mean, you must be in a fucking bad mood. the
everybody
whole
is,
fucking
bro,
time.
100%.
And you still-
that's why
and you're still
They're
training.
weighing
or-
up and they're
yeah,
trying to fight.
yeah. You train, but you start cutting down, and you're training like there's nothing you're gonna do within a month, the month and a half before a fight that you're gonna sharpen
Yeah, it's
your
gonna-
skill set,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean that's gonna happen like months before, before. So like what you're doing here is you're just trying to make weight. You're just trying to make the weight. You're just trying to get and do it healthy. And if you do it healthy enough, if you come like literally the next day, you come back and just build up and bulk up. And I mean, I've seen guys that came in there. We had one of the guys. His name's Chris Lopez, and we call him the jalapeno. I call him heavy hands. He's like he's a welterweight man. He hit like a light heavyweight. But he fought one guy.
Took his head off.
Oh no, bro. Well, he did. Yeah, he did. But I mean, the guy that he fought, really nice guy, whatnot. But he came in, he like a shriveled little dude. He came in for the fight, man, 20 pounds, like 24, 25 pounds heavier.
Damn.
You know, I mean,
24 hours.
just got all of it back. I mean, the dude was thick. I was like, I thought somebody else gonna have to fight. You know what I mean? It's like my weight class, you know. So yeah, because he went from 155 to 178. Like in 24
That's
hours.
what boxers do, man. When you see him, next time pay attention. When you see him at the weigh-in, they look nothing like they do on fight night.
Oh,
no.
and for championship fights, man. So like, if you want to take the belt, you have to weigh before the fight. So like, and you can actually fight the champ and beat him, but if you do not weigh before the fight, then if you beat the champ, you don't get the belt.
Because
That's
you
got to
don't,
be stipulated, like
is that why they
in the
do
contract,
weigh-ins?
right?
Yeah,
Because most
that's in the
of
contracts.
most times the
That's what the
weigh-in
weigh-in
is
is.
the way before, like the day before.
The day before, yeah, and that's how the fights that suck is the ones you weigh in the day of and then have to fight like later on that night. So you come in the morning, you just don't have.
Oh,
enough
you don't
time
have a chance to like eat
Oh
them.
man, and it's like imagine being hungover and then like fighting for 5 minutes and like you're already like, oh, it's terrible. You get like a headache.
I think that built up anger is just gonna let loose and maybe help you.
Well,
You're gonna
you
get
don't do
exhausted
that.
real
Yeah,
fast.
exactly. You'll get an adrenaline dump. So you have to fight calm. You have to fight real calm because the moment like your adrenaline hits your body, like you're instantly like start taking deep breaths, and everything starts running slow. But it's like your brain actually uses a lot of oxygen too.
Okay.
So you want to fight like calm. You want to be able to take a punch and like not change facial expressions.
Oh,
Just-
to like
George
not
is
let
about
them
to
know.
try to get in
I'm
a
taking
street
notes
fight
right
now.
now because
saying, man.
Adrian, you're going down.
But yeah, you just want to fight calm, and like you always see it like with like new fighters and whatnot. They'll come in and the moment they're in, they're like doing all this and they're like all jittery. But you look at a more experienced fighter, like he comes in, he's calm. You throw a punch, he just kind of slips, touches back, or you just kind of hit him a little bit, and he's they're working on setups. So
He's just flowing with it.
yeah, exactly. And then you'll see it like, especially like more advanced strikers. Like y'all remember Anderson Silva?
Yeah,
right.
Definitely. I remember
So-
the leg break.
All I remember is the
I
leg break.
remember the leg break.
Oh yeah, that's,
I'm not an
that's
MMA fan. I never watched it, but I watched the leg break.
right.
Didn't
But-
they get beat up by Jake Paul or something?
I mean,
yeah, he
that was-
did.
that was
Man.
paid over.
Wait,
Yeah, he
I'm
did
also
lose.
confused. Like, I thought y'all watched MMA. Y'all just watch boxing?
I watch
boxing.
I watch MMA.
Yeah, I watch some MMA.
I watch MMA when it's like, I don't know, it's a good fight.
I used to watch MMA,
names.
and then she lost, and I quit.
Ronda?
Yeah.
You remind me of Derek Lewis. You ever seen his stand up? I mean, he's a stand up. He's a fighter, but like his post fight interviews, hilarious, man.
Derek Lewis?
Yeah. You get a chance looking him up. He like after a fight one time in Houston, he took his shorts off. And like Joe Rogan was like, "Why'd you take your shorts off?" I was like, "My balls was hot."
Oh yeah, no, I saw that.
I mean, the dude
And
is
then
hilarious.
didn't Joe Rogan just say like, I can understand that?
Yeah,
or something like
exactly.
that?
Just kind of kept on from it. But yeah, no, it's a fun sport. I like boxing, and that's what I was doing down in Mexico. And then when I came to the U.S., I found a little boxing place later on, and then they had kickboxing, right? So then I went to kickboxing, and from kickboxing I went to Muay Thai, and then from Muay Thai I was like K1.
What's the difference between kickboxing and Muay Thai?
You can use like your elbows, shoulders, knees to like strike. They don't allow headbutts, right?
I gotcha.
So
Yeah.
kickboxing doesn't allow shoulders and knees?
It's like a Brazilian type of thing.
Kickboxing, you can't use knees and you can't use elbows. So
Okay.
like if you get somebody in a clinch, you can literally just drive your right, like either one of your elbows up into their face. Elbows are by far the worst thing you can get hit by. Yeah. I mean, bar none. I mean,
It's the worst thing to hit. Like,
oh, dude, I'm just saying, you'll get I got a scar here, I got a scar here underneath the eye, top of the eye, but it's elbows are nasty, man. I mean, it's like a little sharp weapon that you have.
Yeah.
But it goes elbows and knees.
Knees.
Yeah, like knees are bad, man.
Knee to the
are tough.
face.
Knees
You're
and
not
toes.
KO.
These are, I think elbows are easier to land than knees.
I mean,
For me,
But
you'd have
is
to
a
be
knee-
if you were like a little person, I could probably.
You ever elbow somebody and then like hits your funny bone and it's like
You will. I mean, not so
During a
much
match?
like when you. I would say, man, like
oh God.
if you're getting wore out by like leg kicks, sometimes like your hands want to drop or like it's hitting your midsection. If you get away with it, it'll like when you first start out, you kind of want to drop your hand, and sometimes you will get kicked like the shin to the funny bone. And
You shake it off.
you got no option. You know? Sana,
it's not that funny. That's for sure.
you get fucking lit up, man. Yeah.
That during a match, no.
Oh yeah, it's but knees are bad, man. Knees are bad. I mean, I will say, like, I hit one guy in a street fight one time with a knee when I was in high school.
in a street fight?
Wait, how'd you do that?
Well,
Was he on the floor?
No. Your boy head was flexible. I could actually like lace up my boots back then. That's why you see I got slip-ons now. For those that can't see, they're a size too big because I don't want to struggle. All right, I'm not gonna check to see if it's on correct or not.
So let it flop.
Yeah, it'll flop all the way all day, man. But yeah, no, knees are devastating, man. Knees are devastating.
There's just one knee and he's out.
Oh man, that's exactly how it was. So we went to
I love the violence.
Do what? Oh man, I'm very comfortable with violence. That's not my first go-to, but violence is always an option. Like I tell people, violence is always an option, man. It's like just understand that at
For me,
any.
it's the last option.
That's
But it's
exactly what it
always
is.
an
It's
option.
exactly right. It's always an option, and every man knows that, right?
Yeah.
There's only so much stuff that you can say to somebody. There's a fine line. Eventually, when you cross that line, you're gonna catch some hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or
Walk
a foot.
around
Yeah, and you will find out. You know. So, but yeah, I didn't know this guy. I mean, we didn't know. I was 17. I was with my friends, so I had two really good friends in high school, Calvin and Farron. There's a white guy, black guy, and a Mexican, and everybody always made jokes. That's how it was. It's just a walking joke. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
But we were at it was Super Bowl Sunday 2006. Is the only reason I remember when it like it was a Sunday.
Tom Brady played in it.
2005. I'm sorry, 2005 is the Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
Oh,
the
I
Steelers
remember
won.
that game.
They beat Hasselbeck.
Yeah. Wait, who?
Oh,
won?
Hasselbeck. Okay. Yeah.
And we went in there, but I was in there, and we just got done saying grace because we're poor. You know? So we're just happy we got like some dollar jumbo jacks. You know what I mean?
We've all been there.
We've
That's
all
what's
been there. I mean,
sad.
just be thankful, you know. Like shit, I wore the same
You
thing.
got 40
from,
tacos? Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah, sure did.
Hey, and when they have that $1.99 like ultimate cheeseburger, bro, that was it, man. That was it.
Now it's like $2.50.
And the burger's smaller, man.
And they're smaller.
And they're smaller. I'm a little upset about that. You know?
They really
Inflation.
they kind of like take off the sauce too. There's not even enough
All the
sauce.
burger.
I was a freshman in college. At
Wait,
that
where was
point,
the
so I
story
was-
going? Hold on.
We got to talk about food. Yeah, you see, I got to get it, man. You see, I
We
gotta
talk
get
about
it.
food all day.
You bring
You and I,
food
buddy,
up.
you and I.
He's
It's
working on the 10 pounds.
yeah, that's Lord. Like, hey, I don't want to get kidnapped. You know, making it more difficult for people, right? You know what I mean? I call it.
Hey, nobody's picking you up and throwing you in a fucking car.
They're
I
not.
guarantee you that.
But man, you got to also work on what I call the abdominal protection system. Okay. You know, the more important you are, the bigger gut we got to have, right? Because you got to then cut deeper to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So just remember
you
that.
have a real knife.
That's it.
You gotta have a real knife.
Yeah,
But I will give up well before you stab me. You know what I mean? So,
Grabs it. You're not there.
but yeah, the guy just pulled
What
over.
are we talking about?
Fighting.
Fighting. Yeah. So.
Jacking about the
Yeah, the guy pulls up and he's probably like in his mid to late 30s. We're 17 years old, and the guy comes up and just flips us off. Like never knew this dude. Like never seen him, couldn't tell him apart or anything.
So obviously he's got to get knocked out.
Well, it wasn't even that. So I was like, who pulls up beside somebody and flips somebody off, man? For real? You know, I'm like, what? I don't know. You just got done talking to Jesus, man. You know? So we walk out and then he comes in because I was like, oh, maybe he's talking to a friend, you know, down.
Yeah, he's
on the other side of my window.
He like pulls up and I'm
Down
like,
yonder.
didn't see anybody. Okay, whatever. And a little bit like he just pulls up and then he come in. It's like, hey, y'all got problems, and I'm like, no, my food's here. So I'm really happy right now. I'm about to eat me one. So, but anyway, yeah. So we I told my friends I was a hothead when I was in high school. Oh man, I was a hothead. And I told them, I was like, guys, two things are gonna happen. Either we're gonna let this slide, and then I'm gonna be unbearable to deal with for the next 2 to 3 weeks, or we can go out there and we can either win or get our butts kicked. But whatever.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, my friend Farron's like, that's why I never get an ultimate cheeseburger, man. We never get to eat it. So
I'm coming with you next time.
Yeah, so we pull up, and my friend Calvin worked at Jack in the Box. He's like 10 minutes from walking in. So I was like, well, I'll take out my business shirt. And so you took out
I'll be right back going on break.
So long story short, we ended up catching up with them like a few blocks down there. My friend Calvin just rolls down the window and he's like verbatim goes, "What the problem is?" And then slapped the dude as he's eating like this jumbo jack. And the dude turns around and just like he's stunned to see us there, you know. And he's so mad he didn't know what to do, and he just
No, don't throw the jumbo jack.
Oh yeah, dude!
No.
He threw the jumbo jack, hit like the pillar of the window, and it blew up inside of the car. Like and it like so
Not the jumbo
we were.
jack.
I mean, and at the time it's funny now. So for the longest time we're like, you know, don't get jumbo jack. You know, that was
lead to problems.
Yeah. But we got out, and the dude, I came around my the window here, and he punched me through the window because he broke my nose.
No way.
Yeah, I mean I was getting out there, he hit me, and I just kind of looked at him. I literally just squared up, and I just kind of kept looking at him, and I was like, and he ducked his head. Anybody that doesn't know how to fight will duck their head instantly. Like when they go in to fight, they'll look down, and when he ducked his head, I just crowned him. Got him by the back of the neck and just jumped up. And it was the most
probably need him
beautiful.
then too.
Oh, bro.
Damn.
It was perfect. But when I hit
I know
him.
how to fight now.
Oh, yeah.
He said,
Oh, yeah. It was like prom date. You know, it was too easy. You know what I mean? So it just went down like that. And I just remember his nose. I remember when I came up, it was like perfect. I was like, man, this is good form. I was like, came up, made like contact, and I felt his nose take shape to my knee. Oh. It was like, but it just felt like Play-Doh just going over my knee.
Did he have a big nose?
Oh, no, not really. But the thing
Really
is,
soft.
Now he
it's
is.
very soft. Man, the dude was split from the tip of his nose to like up here, like down the middle. For those of you out there,
You screaming
Trigger warning.
it looked like a vagina. I mean, it was split down like this way. God, I mean, it did look. I was like, wow,
Jesus.
I created art.
You're fucking Georgia O'Keeffe over here.
What did the brothers do?
Georgia O'Keeffe.
What did they do?
Oh, so
Yeah, Georgia O'Keeffe.
Yeah, right.
So I hit old boy, and my friend Farron gets out from behind me, like he gets out in the back seat.
Was it in your pocket?
Well, you know, you gotta keep prepped, man. At all times, you gotta stay prepped. You know? Can't stay strapped. You gotta have friends. You know. So he got out the back, and he just looked, and he's like, "Man, it just looked like a tomato can, just busted open."
Damn.
But I look over, and my friend Calvin, this guy's like right on, and I look over, and this is all I hear is like, "I'm too pretty to get hit," and he's like has his hands behind his back. He's a good boxer, Calvin was.
Yeah.
And so he's out there. I was like, "Man, come on." And so he's like, "You done already?" It's like, "We got to go, man." It's like the cops is coming. I don't know if you know how this is. We're in a residential area. We got some minorities out here. You know, like we're gonna get called out. So yeah, it was pretty fun. So we just hightailed it, man.
Wait, Luis, do you want to comment on what Adrian's doing right now?
What are you doing?
Oh, shit.
No, we can't. We would definitely.
Are
keep
you going
talking.
to the restroom?
Adrian's gotta.
Does he's got to get his bladder checked.
Yeah.
He probably does. It's a real small bladder, guys.
Hey, I'm sorry. This usually doesn't happen with
sorry,
Adrian.
guys.
It usually happens with Luis.
No,
So these other cups that got underneath are not for that. don't drink that beer down there.
Damn it.
that was a secret of the podcast. That's supposed to be part of the like behind the scenes.
Justin
of,
warned me about you.
Yeah, absolutely. He should. He very well should. He told me, he's like, don't you tell any of our stories.
well, now you
stories?
gotta.
Oh, well, you know.
Did he really give you a warning?
He did. Well, he's like, please, you just looked at me. Do not tell anybody about our stories. I was like, well.
What's funny is he was like, "Hey, when can I get Eric on?"
Yeah,
And we're
he's
like,
got all kinds of stories.
Whatever.
He's got really great stories.
Oh man, that's what I'm just be like walking
So
like.
apparently, Justin wants you to tell these stories.
Yeah, oh yeah. He says that just kind of like, oh, I'm just don't say anything about me, but
But also talk about me,
talk about
please.
me.
Exactly.
Can't wait till he listens to this. He's like, really, motherfucker? He's like, this is what you're gonna go in there and say?
Are you? I mean, you can't be surprised though. He's gonna,
What, when
he's
he
gonna be like,
says?
"Oh yeah, that sounds about right." Like,
Oh man, I mean, like, look, this is none of this is off record because there's cameras here, right?
And
and he's married now,
microphones.
and
Yeah,
microphones,
recorded
you know, so. Sorry, Taylor, if you
Love you,
hearing
Taylor.
this. Love you so much. You know, don't tell my wife I'm yeah. And stop there.
All right.
No.
Taylor, you think we could get Taylor on?
I want to get Taylor on here so bad.
I don't think she would talk.
I think she would. I think
do you
it's
think?
Taylor
I
is
think she's one of those
Justin's wife?
people that like
Yeah.
Okay.
a couple.
I guarantee you,
A couple
Taylor's got
drinks
some
in.
good stories about Justin.
Oh,
that'd be fun.
100%.
That'd be fun to hear.
100%. Got to
Yeah.
be some good ones out there.
I'm gonna work on that.
No, I'll tell
All
you, it's
right,
awesome.
next topic. What y'all got?
Fuck, I had one.
I don't have one right now. Not off the top of my head.
Okay, so one that I was gonna bring up, I think last week, but we
I cut it short. Or
You did. But
I usually cut it
that-
short.
Yeah, it's your fault. So, Heidi, we were laying in bed, about to go to bed. Out of fucking nowhere, she's like, "Do you like when I wear makeup?" And I was like, "I don't have an opinion on you wearing makeup, by the way." Like,
Oh, shame on you.
Oh,
Shame
God.
on you.
I was like, "I like you with makeup, without makeup. It doesn't matter."
Kinda made
that's not what she asked you.
No, she asked me if I liked when she wears makeup.
Right.
And I stuck with my opinion with my.
What you said. Yeah.
She didn't ask you if you liked her when she wears makeup. Do you like it when she wears makeup? It's a different question.
Oh, is that what I missed?
That's what you missed. Because you always like. I hope you always like her. She's your wife. So
I don't give two shits about makeup.
is that what?
Either way.
Is that where you messed up?
well, that's the difference in the question.
Yeah, there is.
Do you like it when I wear makeup, or do you like me when I wear makeup?
Well, how does
Or
she?
I always
she-
like you.
I think
Yeah.
at some
You're my
point,
wife.
How
I
do
think
you
at some
respond?
point she did say, "Do you like me when I wear makeup?"
How
and then she was like, "Well, you know, because it's like the norm if women wear makeup." And I was like, "Yeah, where are you going with this?" She was like, "Well, what if it was the norm for men to wear makeup?"
You'd be all about it.
Well, I was like, I immediately flipped it on her. I was like, "Oh, so you want me to wear makeup? Like,
You were hoping.
do
you'd
I have
say
blemishes?
yes.
Like, I know I got crackhead eyes.
I could
but
totally see you going down like the Jared Leto route. Like,
Do you think so?
yeah,
L-
yeah,
Luis?
for sure.
Yeah, I think I could too.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. I've been in one fashion show where I actually walked a fucking runway.
Just one.
One.
Yeah, it was horrible.
What were you wearing?
A fucking horrible outfit.
Okay.
Okay. Relevant. Keep going. With it.
But they did makeup on us, and I was like, I don't like
Why?
this at all.
Because you're gonna be on camera or something.
Eyeliner burns if you don't put it on correctly, and
Did
also,
you say eyeliner burns?
Yeah,
Like get in
eyeliner.
your eye.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah.
Still not a
Also,
eyeliner.
no,
Makes
I
sense.
wasn't the one applying. It was a makeup artist.
Right, so she fucked up.
She fucked up, got in my.
Oh, that's a big assumption on me. I got it right.
But
Took a risk.
Yeah, she was like,
worked out.
I mean, literally, question came out of fucking nowhere. I was like, "Are you telling me that I have blemishes and I need to cover up? What are you telling me?"
So what was the outcome of this?
How much did you put on there?
It sounded like she just gave up and was like, "Well, I'm going to bed." I was like, "Well, me too," because
So maybe she
we are
really
in
just
bed.
wanted to know how you felt about her wearing makeup because she's tired of putting it on.
She doesn't put it
Or
on.
she wants
She
to put
does
on more,
it
but
What
she
are you
wants
talking about?
to.
Every time I
It's
see her, she's
rare.
wearing makeup.
Oh well, when she leaves the house, yeah, she wears makeup.
Why would
she-
she fucking wear makeup at home, stupid?
I don't care if she wears it either way. Like, she can wear it, she can not.
I feel like
And I'm
it's-
still good.
It's gonna go wrong
All
both
right,
ways.
George, how do you feel about it?
Why not?
He's like, don't bring me into this.
Bring me into this. What about makeup, or us
yeah,
or
but makeup in general.
Do you care
I-
if Priscilla wears makeup?
I think
yes
it's
or
a-
no.
No? Yes? Yes? To me, I think it's a very, what's it called?
Her choice.
No, not hard
Her
choice.
body, her
but it's-
choice?
no, it's her body, her choice. Except whenever they put too much makeup on.
Yeah.
Whenever
no,
it's
I can't-
like-
I
Well,
can't stand it.
who decides what's too much makeup?
Whenever
You
they
can
change
tell.
the face, basically.
But the second makeup touches your face, you're changing your face.
Yeah, that's
No, but like I'm talking about like pounds of like makeup.
talking about like if
So where's the line?
Like, yeah,
Where's the line?
Let's say,
And who decides where the line is?
I guess we're not supposed to. I don't know.
What do you mean?
We're not,
Are
men
you trying
aren't
to be
supposed
PC
to.
right now?
what do we say? You got to pick a side, man. You got to have a backbone with the
What I'm
other.
saying, what I'm saying is pounds of makeup. Whenever you like, for
So you're
example,
okay with makeup as long as it doesn't change the way you look.
completely,
That's
and
what
like
you're trying to say.
100%. Like you've seen makeup artists online where they,
Yeah.
they're like, I don't know,
Yeah, they look like
I've
aliens
watched
and stuff
movies.
like that, right?
yeah, pimples all over the face, and just put on a bunch of makeup where it's just like smooth and whatnot. Yeah, I think that is too much and shouldn't be allowed in clubs or anywhere else.
There needs to be a spray station as you walk in.
Let me specify where this is not allowed.
I was just
This
thinking
right
this
here.
amounts of like.
It's mostly, he's pretty much saying they're like it's counterfeiting money. That's what he's saying.
Yes, I don't know. That's how I think. It's yeah. Why? Dude?
I wasn't here for the question.
So
What do you mean?
How do you feel about makeup?
okay,
Oh.
let me just let me preface.
I don't have a problem with it.
So Heidi and I were laying in bed. And I don't know where she goes. I don't know where she goes. Do you like me? Do you like it when I wear makeup? And I was like,
And then he got himself in trouble.
yeah, pretty much.
But how do you feel about makeup?
What did you say? Yes.
No. Miranda, we already talked about it. You
I
missed
didn't
it
hear
You- because you were.
I
peeing,
said I
bitch.
don't care.
Fix
You-
your bladder.
Okay.
I like you no matter
Pinch
what.
it off. Like a man
actually-
does.
Fix your bladder. Go see
had
a
a doctor's
doctor.
appointment.
Okay.
It's whatever. How do you
Man
feel
had
about your
long-
wife wearing
Eric
makeup?
has
Like,
cups.
are you
Come on,
for
the
it? Are
cups.
you
Use the
against
cups.
it?
Nah, I
Do you
don't-
like her more when she wears makeup? Do you like her less when she doesn't wear
Don't even
makeup?
I think that's what she was
Yeah.
trying to go with. Do I like her more with makeup? And I was like, no.
I don't think about it. Like, I feel like it's the same to me.
Oh, I think we just messed up. I think you just messed up right there. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we're all.
I think you're trying to
messing up
save
right
yourself. It's not gonna happen.
No,
No, I mean, if that's what they want to do, then that's
not the
fine.
question.
Yeah, like
what
we,
do you
Do I like it?
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Like
That's not
I
an
don't.
answer.
I don't.
That's
I
not
think
Okay,
at one point
I don't
I'd say
dislike it.
I don't have an
I don't know.
opinion on it because it's not for me.
Like I don't say,
Eric,
oh, I don't
Eric,
like
we're
it.
moving out from Adrian.
Oh man, put me on the spotlight.
Yep. You're the guest. You got to
I
answer.
think I would say that if she feels that the occasion that we're going to requires her to put makeup on, if she's gonna feel more comfortable, then she can put it on. I'm still gonna love her regardless. I tell my wife all the time, I don't care for makeup, but if it makes you feel happy, then and you want to put it on for whatever reason, then that's for you to do, right? But
What do you prefer?
I think it.
Because that's at the end of the day the question.
I think
Heidi was asking Luis.
I prefer confidence, right?
Ooh,
So,
yeah.
like, and I always tell people, because
PC. It's a PC.
Okay,
I was gonna make a good clip to send my wife, but just want to I was gonna set some.
So
I
she.
ain't gonna say the rest of that, you know. We're gonna have to edit over. Let's start and take two. No.
Yeah, right.
But no, so like I personally feel like we should feel comfortable. We should be able to age gracefully. So
That's the thing, though. Like as men, and I'm not saying this as a man. I'm saying this like women complain all the time that men age well, and women don't. Per society, you know, right?
right.
So we should age comfortably. It's easy for you to say.
Oh man, like look, I'll show you some
We
before and after
definitely don't
pictures.
age.
Whatever. You might not think you look better now because we want to be like all the things we were when we were young.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
to
why.
women,
That's why I got a beard.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm trying to cover up as most as I can.
Yeah, double chin.
I got like a triple chin, bro. That's what it is. You know, I tell people I will shave as soon as I lose weight. You know,
5.
I used to have cheeks.
Yeah, exactly. No, do you
thing.
Do you think it's just like that comment of a men age well is not something that men say, but it's just that what women say?
Well, men
Oh,
never
absolutely.
say that.
Yeah,
Women
exactly.
say that.
Women say
Women
that.
say
So it's
that.
not something we
And then we
men
look
would
at each
say.
other.
but
We're like,
it's a-
I didn't
so-
age
Black
well.
don't crack.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's
for
a
real,
proven
though.
fact,
Very
though.
true.
That is
my
a
friend
very
Calvin's
true
dad.
statement.
I mean, he looks like he could be his brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
I will
Anyway,
stand by that statement every day.
You bring up a good point though, right? Because women get judged on beauty, men get judged on success. You know,
That's
like
true.
if he like
Yes, but
To a
right
certain
now we're
extent,
talking
I
about attractiveness and beauty and all that bullshit,
Right,
right?
right.
So even beyond success, you could be the least successful
Oh,
motherfucker
right.
on earth. If you're 50 years old and you've got, fucking gray sideburns and you're
You look
ripped
like the
and whatever.
most interesting
You-
man in the
you
world.
Look like the most, you're aging well. And a woman, if she's 50 and she's got wrinkles and she's got a little bit of fucking cellulite and she's got a pooch, she's no longer looked at the same way as a 30-year-old or a 25-year-old or whatever.
In
No.
society.
yeah, in society, that, but you said like in society, so I'd say it's easier
But
for us to say.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, no, right. But I like when you said that, you're like, well, it's easy for us to say that, and I'm like, well, you're right because
I mean, fucking look at us.
Hey,
This is 4 fat fucks in
Look
this
at
house
us.
that's it,
right
man.
now.
You
Well,
know,
damn.
If there was
Ain't
no
no
women in here, they wouldn't be as confident as well.
No, absolutely.
Right. We're like, oh, fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah,
Exactly
Oh
like
my
that.
God, I've got a fucking whatever.
Oh my God.
I mean,
My
he
pants
did.
are ready. Hold on.
He did walk in and say that.
So what was your answer?
I fucking hate makeup. I have no use for it. I wish nobody would wear makeup. I love
glad.
the way Yvette looks without it. I don't like it when she puts it on.
Oh.
I think men prefer.
Oh, so you have a stance. Like, I do
No, I know,
like it
I
when you
do
put
for
it
sure.
on.
Yeah.
Joe's
I
trying
don't give a fuck
to
how she feels. when
Joe's-
she puts makeup
Joe's
on.
trying to get
the
some
question was,
tonight.
how do I feel about makeup?
I think
No, eventually so Heidi did like adjust at some point. She was like, well, women enjoy, like when they put it on, they feel more confident, this, that, and the other. And I was like,
Yeah, that's fine. That wasn't the question.
great. No, obviously. What
was the
I'm
question?
just saying, like,
How does he feel about her? with makeup?
yeah.
Well, yeah.
And but even still, I was like, yeah. I mean, at that point, I was like, wait. So are you telling me that I should wear makeup?
Yeah, that's what Luis got out of it. We'll dig into
That's
that
another
next
thing.
What kind of foundation do
I
I
have
need?
crackhead eyes. I've called them
eyeliner.
crackhead eyes since the day that I met her. I was like,
Do my
look,
lashes.
Crackhead eyes.
No, for you.
dark
See, my
circles
wife
around my
wears
eyes since I was
makeup
like 5.
Probably, she doesn't wear makeup like 95% of the time. So
Yeah, same thing with
I'm
me.
like,
Yeah,
just
same.
whatever.
okay, so like that's why I'm like,
I think
yeah,
But I don't
care-
like it when
I
she
don't
like.
care
I
for
don't.
her, but when
I think she looks better without it than she does with it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think mine stance.
I mean, my wife. I don't-
Most people, I think
Yeah, right.
most men's stance is the stance of like, as long as it doesn't make me late or make us late to where we're going, I don't care.
Cheers to that.
I cheer to that, but I'm late everywhere I go.
As long as it doesn't make me late.
Hey,
Okay, I can't stand on that horse. That's a dead horse.
that's one thing
That
I will
is a
say
dead horse,
that
yes.
if we're going out, the first question is how far is it? 15 minutes. Yeah, that's enough. I'll do it in the car.
Go ahead.
And 100% of the time, 99% of the time, it's in the car. So
That's
Wait,
my wife. My wife does eyeliner.
Like she wears
99%
makeup,
of the
like,
time, the makeup's
5%
put
of the time.
on in the car. Is that what you're saying?
or she'll just do it
Most
in
of
the
the time,
car,
yeah.
the makeup.
I don't have that problem. She
That's
doesn't
a
wear
whole
makeup.
other thing.
She doesn't like it any more than I do.
George,
She
let
does- she does it when
Louis
she has
sit
to.
down. He needs to say something.
He says, Luis, come on.
Switch spots.
Luis, come on here. I'll fact check.
There's guys out there that, I mean, that's reversed. Like 5% of the time they see him without makeup, and 95% of the time they see him with makeup.
That's true.
Sure.
It's a lot of work.
I think we talked about that this week.
It's a lot of makeup.
She woke up and she's like, "Do I look like one of those women like in the movies?" And they just wake up and like, "You look the same all the time because you never wear fucking makeup." Like it's, I didn't marry you because you look good in makeup. Like
No,
that's
sir.
stupid.
Absolutely. Right.
But they,
But there's nothing wrong with it. But to each his own.
Yeah, fuck that. Makeup sucks. It's fake.
Yeah,
It's kind of you
yeah.
kind of like you
Takes too long.
Yeah,
catfished.
but to each their own. I mean,
for sure.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
The pounds of makeup is the catfish part.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my stance.
Next topic.
have you seen those shoes that I forgot what they're called? I saw them today. They add like 2.5 inches.
They're lift.
Where do they add 2.5 inches? Because this is important information. That they know right now. Where is this website? And I got 3 cards right now. Get I add 6.5. Maybe I get 8 total that way. You know.
It's funny. It's funny you say that.
I'm just saying it's been a cold 35 years. I don't know. It's been very cold.
It's funny you say that because part of it is like, hey, you know, some of the guys are like, and they're like, no, not there, you know, lower.
I'm just, you know, people are like, I can't believe you said that. I was like, I said what everybody was thinking. It was just, They were just sensible enough not to say it. All right.
I think that's makeup to us, right? To guys.
Wait.
Shoes
That's
size?
the
What?
equivalent
Height?
to makeup.
Lifter? Like,
2.5 inches of height.
Oh, okay, all right.
Making sure.
I mean, if you're laying down, maybe. I don't know.
I don't really care.
I
It's sucks
don't know.
being short because I can't reach shit. That's.
I mean,
I
look
don't
at
know.
you
I don't
talking
really-
to.
That's why.
I mean, for me,
For me, honestly, that's the only time it ever comes up. Like, I'm
I
trying
don't
to reach
feel.
something.
I don't feel like there's enough situations where I can't reach something.
yeah,
I mean,
I've
kidding
accepted
me?
it.
I mean, we got
all the
ladders.
time.
Yeah, I've accepted it.
Yeah, but not in your
I mean,
kitchen.
you're gonna withstand.
I mean,
stands.
anything
mean,
be a ladder.
No, you're fucking taller.
I mean,
how tall are you?
It's like 5'10".
That's a 2-inch ad.
Wait, how tall are you, Joe?
5'7" ish.
Oh, I was gonna say 5'1" is tall to you, but
No,
never mind.
No.
Luis, how tall are
How
you?
tall are you, Luis?
5'11".
Oh,
Still not 6 foot tall. Bitch. You're still short.
But
Oh, what were those shoes?
I'll send you. I'll send you the link.
I'm just asking for a friend.
Who's got the lift?
I'll send you the link.
I don't need it. Stop. Tall
Look
enough.
nice.
I'm tall enough. We'll link it
Got
in
you,
the
bro. I got you.
podcast. All right, thanks.
Now, I will say I do look at like insoles. Are we like in it? I was
Yeah,
thinking
it's
about the insoles for like cushion. You know
Yeah, I
what I
was
mean?
gonna say because I
mean, I got some on right now.
Fucking working construction, so
Yeah, exactly.
gotta have
Yeah.
it.
Right, and I will like go out of my way to buy something that I think is good.
Yeah.
Like there's one, I think I can't remember what the brand is, but they show them like dropping a bowling ball on it and it doesn't break. Like,
Wait,
this-
but how
Yeah,
much
it's
time
like
did you
commercial.
spend looking these up?
oh, entirely too much.
Insoles?
Yeah.
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah, entirely. I mean, like anything of comfort.
Yes.
You know, is where you're at, like in life. Like I remember I used to, I thought about this. I was like 24, 25 years old, and I got a pair of like these Red Wing socks. And I was so excited about it because it had like the little cushion, and they actually made my foot
Man, I
good.
got to look in the socks.
But you know, and then prior to, like, I was like, how can anybody be excited about socks? And I'm like, oh,
Now I know.
So a few years ago, we were going.
Best gift of
I think we
gift.
were going
Best.
either skiing or hiking. One of the two.
Never been
But
skiing.
REI has like either socks for skiing or hiking, whatever.
Yeah.
And I bought some, and they were fucking great. Never thought about it again. A couple days ago, we were at Academy, and I was shopping for work boots. And I picked them out, and we're walking to the register, and Olivia's like, "Oh, you should probably go." Oh, because we were walking around looking for boots, and I don't do steel toe boots because they hurt my toes.
Yeah.
I don't fucking like them. I fucking hate them. Won't buy them,
Yeah.
even
Wait,
though we're supposed to wear them for work.
I was about to say, how are you allowed to work?
Shut up.
we'll edit this part
Don't
out.
bring this up.
All
Yeah.
right.
Luis.
He
So I
adds
told
some
Olivia
seal
this and
to
whatever.
his boots.
And as we're walking away with my non-steel toe boots, she's like, "Oh, look, they got like steel toe whatever socks." And I'm like, "Wait, what?"
What?
What?
Yeah. She's like, "Yeah, why don't you buy some like steel toe boot socks?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she said it again. I'm like, "We're leaving."
It just doesn't make
We
sense.
are. We've been there 15 minutes. It's too long for me.
Yeah.
We're leaving. Didn't buy the boots because there was a long line. I didn't want to stand in the line, so we put it down and I walked out.
I've done that.
I'm gonna go back and buy him one of these days because I picked
Okay.
them out. But whatever. But
Ain't
socks,
got
like
time
they
for
make
that.
socks for everything.
That's
Socks are underrated. I'm just.
Oh,
They
you got
really
that out there.
are.
Literally 2 days ago, I saw some kind of like steel-toed mesh shoes. So they're breathable, but they're mesh and have some kind of steel toe protection.
But
This is like some Kanye shit.
They're the
They're like the
Yeezys.
Yeezy work boots.
Those are the I hope Jesus saves
Puts
my
respect
toes.
on his name.
But no, I'll look them up. I'll find them.
No, I mean, I grew up in Mexico with like sandals made of tires.
Yes,
Those are the best.
What I chose again.
Oh, that's just from tires.
Hey, man.
the llantas.
Them fire. Good years didn't last that long ever, bro.
the shoes from Tres Hermanos. I was a little bit bushier. So.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, and money.
Yeah. Now you're kind of money when you
I
taking
had-
vacations.
I was, yeah. I remember my grandfather. He would just cut up a tire, and that's what he made sandals with. That's what we had on.
That's cool. I don't want to try some. Like,
And I'm like, damn. I was like,
And now?
and now, yeah,
Wear
no,
Crocs.
oh, bro, hold on now, man, hold on. I'm still like, can't get. I don't own a pair of Crocs.
why?
Too
though?
expensive. They're fucking expensive.
They're $50.
What?
That's a lot.
money.
That's a lot.
Okay, money.
Flip flops? Are you kidding me?
These are
Those aren't flip flops.
These are life
Oh, you're right.
changing.
Whatever.
These are life changing. You put them in sport mode or non-sport mode. Come on.
Did y'all ever
my
see
kids
the
got some,
movie
but-
Idiocracy?
Jeez.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Wait, what?
You know that story.
What?
You gonna tell it? You want me to the Crocs?
About
Go ahead.
Have y'all seen that movie?
Idiocracy.
How many crocodiles
No.
died?
Have you ever seen Idiocracy? George, you've never watched Idiocracy.
I don't watch movies.
What?
You don't watch movies.
Idiocracy.
You love
You
life.
don't
is what
watch
that is.
movies.
Oh, I love what?
You
You
just
love
lost.
life.
He said I don't watch movies.
You just
know.
lost
My
all
man's way.
credibility on this podcast.
Hold on.
Because that's been your whole
I, look, I don't watch movies if they're not like big movies.
Idiocracy. Well,
So
Well,
you
that might be the
only
worst time.
watch movies if
It might have
they're
been a little
being
bit of both.
force
it's a
fed
cult
down your
classic. It
throat.
didn't do well.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
I watched Oppenheimer.
You need to watch Idiocracy. You would love it because it's
The premise.
It's not a big movie though, so who knows?
It is a cult classic.
Okay.
It's a movie about America. What year was it?
I have to go rent it.
I want to say it was quite a few years in the future though.
It's a feature of America.
2006.
America's fucking stupid. Like everybody's stupid. Everybody's an idiot.
Uh-huh.
And fucking what's his name?
I can't remember the actor.
Luke Wilson.
He was the big black guy.
Bouncing tits.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Oh,
Yeah.
President.
Cruz's president or whatever.
With long hair, right?
Yeah, it's anyway. So the whole point of the movie is America's an idiocracy because everybody's an idiot
Oh, okay.
and everybody wears Crocs.
Yeah.
There's no way. When did this come
This
out?
happened 2005.
This was before Crocs
before
became a thing.
Crocs blew up.
Yeah.
So when they were like planning on making this movie, the I don't know if it was the director or the producer or whoever, were like, go and find like the stupidest fucking shoes you can find that nobody would ever fucking wear because they're so ridiculous. And this is what everybody in this movie is gonna wear. So they found Crocs, and everybody in this movie wears Crocs.
And so, like, following up what he's saying, like, so it was saying that the intelligent people found out that they quit having kids because they realized that it was not beneficial, and they kind of saw where the world was going. So, like, intelligent people quit having kids, and the only ones that kept reproducing were the, like, dumber ones, to the point where, like, they couldn't get, like, they were testing them to try and get, like, you know, like the little place that you give your 2-year-old, 3-year-old kid to try and put like a star in a star, a square in a square, and they couldn't figure that out, you know.
Okay.
And so
They
he
all
shows
fit
up
in the
with
square.
average, and I
Different
saw that
TikTok
video,
video.
different
Oh, okay,
TikTok
okay.
video. Yeah, this is
love
a
that
little bit
video.
more advanced. You know, so, but yeah, and so to this point, they were just like, we got to find a pair of shoes that look like something that would never catch on, but we just gonna have, you know, and sure enough, that's what everybody wears. I always bring that up to people.
And I go to the mall and
See it all the time. There it is.
fucking Crocs.
I hate how the people wear them everywhere. That I think that's stupid, but I used to be the same. I didn't think they were great. I thought they were stupid
But
too.
now you love them.
I put them on once, and I thought they were very comfortable. So I was like, whatever, I'll use them at the house. And I use them at the house.
Came a quick trip to the store.
Yeah,
No, no,
Quick
no,
trip
no.
store.
Quick
then
store,
okay,
turn
I
it
do-
down
like
like
I'm
I'm gonna go to dinner.
I do not go out with my Crocs. It's just, I think that's dumb.
I
Not even
don't
in sport
believe you.
mode.
Nowhere, not even in sport mode.
Not
No,
four-wheel drive, huh?
nope. I can't put them. You know what? I've never put them in sport mode. Just saying.
I also don't believe that.
I wouldn't either if it required me bending over. I mean, it's no, it's
What
too
do
much
you
work.
mean? You just take it off.
Well, my toes aren't that fucking.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
What
say
if I
just
catch a
grab-
cramp? You know, then what?
You're right,
You know,
you're absolutely
catch a
right.
cramp in my foot, then I can't touch my foot.
no.
You
Yeah,
know?
you can't do that. No, that's just, you can't touch it.
That's for real. It's getting terrible.
I'll watch it because it does sound interesting.
Idiocracy. It's actually a good movie. It's a fun
It
movie.
is.
Idiocracy.
I was gonna say like
as fuck.
like
All right,
that.
let's call for topics.
No, I'm good.
Y'all kidding me?
We were
need
laughing
one
about
more. We need
the
one
last
more.
one.
Come on.
Did you just cut us off like how George cut us off?
He did. And
Damn.
I don't think a lot of people. I don't appreciate that.
What was the
Well,
biggest?
no.
What was the biggest thing in the news this week? What?
Which thing?
I mean, there's a lot.
Someone's getting arrested and getting.
Well, California got a
There's like a-
fucking
there
hurricane
was-
and a earthquake at the same time.
Yeah, they got
That
an
was
earthquake.
kinda cool.
Hurricane. That was cool. That was cool actually. Now that I think about it,
That was
I mean,
cool?
Yeah, I mean, it happened twice. Come
You
on,
not-
double things.
Do you not ever want to be like in a fucking like action movie?
Exactly.
Like we all dream about this shit. Like, oh, what would I do if I was just in that? Like, if you live in
Absolutely.
California and you're like, oh, there's a tornado coming for us, let's get ready for it. And they're like, oh, fucking earthquake. You're like, fuck yeah, I can make it through this. You never think about this?
You,
Only in a zombie
Luis is the
movie.
type. Luis is the type to be like
I
scared.
never-
Definitely number one scenario. Definitely number one
Never
scenario. Yes.
been in like a natural phenomenon, like something
I don't want to be in
that
a tornado
actually
movie 'cause-
happens?
Yeah.
something that
Oh,
actually
what
happens.
movie?
I'm like, I don't want to be in that.
Oh man,
No, I
Not
thought that
in
was
this
really
house,
cool.
I mean,
no, I was in. I was in Woodward, Oklahoma, and we had a tornado.
yeah. See,
There you go.
What happened? What'd you do?
I didn't slip right through it.
Love that.
The
wouldn't
tornado
expect that
sirens,
That's what I
tornado
would do.
sirens never went off, and it killed like 11 people.
Oh
And
god.
like my boss
Kinda
called me
like
at the
them
time.
Hawaiian sirens that never went off.
Yeah, that's how this was. Like a bunch of people donated money to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a boss call me like at 5 a.m. He's like, "Oh my God, are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was trying to sleep in. It's Sunday. It's happening." And he's like, "Oh, there's a tornado that went through there." And I'm like, "Huh?" I walk out
He
the
looks
door,
out the
I'm, like,
window.
looking out,
This
like,
whole neighborhood's
well,
gone.
it didn't, like everything was fine. And there's like, "No, there's a tornado." I was like, there's no.
There's no.
My house is
tornado.
I don't
fine.
see anything. I mean, like clear skies. I slept really good. And I don't know. And
Still
so
really
he's like, "Oh, well, go check on the job." So I worked in the oil field, and I was like, "All right, go to the office."
Wait, what you do in the oil field?
I actually started out as a hand over there. So when Justin and I, we were at McCarthy, and then from McCarthy, I was a money whore. Yeah. So
all were at some point.
when people offer me money, like
Yes.
so, yeah, I'm headed that way.
Yes.
So I worked offshore, overseas. It didn't matter.
You worked offshore on a rig?
Yep.
Doing what?
I was a company man at the time, so I was a consultant.
The fuck does that mean?
So I was a
real.
representative from the
So you were the guy nobody liked.
Everybody loves me. No, but yeah, I went to, but I started off as a hand. Like I actually went over there and I wasn't over there as an industrial hygienist because when I was at McCarthy, I was a safety guy. And so my degree in college was in industrial hygiene. And then they were like, I had a friend call me up and say, hey man, we're looking for people like do some cleanup like around like oil spills. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, how much you gonna pay? And I remember Justin called me. He's like, hey man, you coming to McCarthy? I was like, nah, bro. I'll skip on that, man. And so I was there for like 3 months, and then I was talking to these guys out there, and then they were telling me like how much I was bringing in a week. I was like, kidding me? I was like, no.
So hold on, let me go back to industrial hygienist. What? Can you elaborate on that? What does that mean? What do you do?
So an industrial hygienist, what he does is like they go to like if there's like. For example, if there's like a spill, like an oil spill, you go out there and sample dirt, you sample air, like you check for, and like it can be radioactive material, it can be something like asbestos that can cause, lung cancer.
So do you only do this when there's like a publicized spill?
Oh no, I would say so. And I was talking to several people. Like all the majors are super. I'm talking about like very proactive. Like in their safety and what they do. The companies that the company that I worked with was they're not like construction where like they're going to come like take care of you like little trip and fall. But like when I was consulting for Murphy Exploration, they go out there and do the whole pad, and so on top of this pad they put like a 1-inch barrier, and they'd spend anywhere from $300,000 to $400,000 to $1 million on covering the whole site and this barrier, and it had like these bumpers that you could drive over, and there was any spill, and they did all attached into a cellar. So where you're drilling the well, like there's a cellar that goes around it and it's concreted in, and this whole thick membrane would latch on top of that, and on top of that membrane you would put down like dunnage on which the rigs would sit on. And a lot of these rigs nowadays pick themselves up and walk, or they'll slide on rails, and so. But like the ones that don't do the best are like the smaller ones that don't have that budget, right? Okay. So I'm not saying that there's not like an issue that sometimes something happens that like, for example, like the Horizon well that happened out for BP. Looking at that, like because but
BP's a fucking huge.
They're gigantic
corporation.
Gigantic.
Why wasn't there something there before?
No, there was.
And it failed.
Were they sub to sub or something?
No,
I know that, but
Transocean. Transocean
but
was
I'm sure that
was a drilling rig that caused that issue. Well, Transocean is the company that was subbing for BP, and they had a check the box mentality. So they actually supposed to test. So you have this equipment called out a BOPE, blowout prevention equipment. And these massive rams, man, they're about the size of this house, stood up on its hand, right? So, and these rams close off like the drill pipe, the work string, whatever you're using the drill. So it's, I don't know how much time we got, but just in general.
As much as you want, go ahead.
Whenever you're drilling, right?
Look at the camera.
You will spud the spud rigs are the most like dangerous ones that you can come across, because they're kind of open to the environment. So they'll drill the first 600 feet, and then that's what you'll put your wellhead on. You can actually put out your BOPEs on top of that. And then they concrete everything. And so like as you're drilling everything out, it's not just an open hole. You just get down to the oil and then just comes up. You'll like drill down. You'll put so much casing in the well, like actually like it tapers down. Like every so many thousand feet it tapers down.
That was loud.
So they'll drill, they'll set the casing in there, and they'll YouTube it. They'll pump concrete down the bottom. You figure out what the volume is. You press that volume out of the casing, and you cause it to YouTube. So as you start seeing concrete come out like out of that well, and then you're taking into account how much fluid you're pumping into that casing, because you know the volume, right? So once you pump all that volume of that casing in there, you'll see concrete come out. You know that you cleared out the casing. So that's just the casing. Then they'll come in there with a little smaller casing, a little smaller bit, and so it'll taper down. So a 30,000 foot well might be, this big up top. But when you look down at the very
I'm
bottom,
debating whether or not I'm going to cut all this out. Because I can understand what you're saying, but I have a feeling a lot of people won't.
well,
But it's good info.
just I would think of like a big straw, and then it's slowly every so many feet it'll start getting slower. It'll start getting to smaller straw, smaller straw. But it gets all surrounded and encased in concrete. And then the part that you're actually like when you're fracking, you're actually going into like these massive shells, and there's 5 shells that make up the state of Texas. And obviously they don't stop at the border or like at the Oklahoma-Texas border. So you actually drill in there, and they're very so you look for, like, when you're drilling, you look for 70% gamma. And the rigs, they have a bunch of equipment that's in the end of the drilling rig, and you can track oil. So if you're reading 70% gamma, that's the thumbprint or the fingerprint for oil, and you want to stay there. So this is when you're doing your directional drilling. So as you start raising up, you control your drilling by the bit that you put in.
Time out. I don't even remember the fucking question at this point.
Oh, we're talking about the oil, like what we did.
Yeah, you asked them what it was.
It was
Something about safety.
you were
a hygienist. What did they do?
you were fishing
industrial
for safety.
I was fishing a little bit.
You were fishing for safety. You were like,
Yeah, you
asked him, like, do you test everything, or do you do your protocol on every
they are paying
on every
attention.
spill, or just the ones for the ones that are
the big ticket ones, like you're saying, like that become.
But then we said no, or he said no.
Yeah, you have like there's multiple measures of control that come out there.
So we're all in construction, right? And we all have. You're in construction too,
right.
Do you know that we have certain things that we have to abide by?
Right.
And some companies do it better than others.
Right.
Some companies do it right. Others do it just to check a box.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you think that most, like, drilling companies, oil companies, do the things that they do, like have that fucking layer at the top of whatever, just to check the box? You think they really care? You think the CEO of that company, you think his main concern is profit, or do you think his main concern is safety? And what was your job title again?
It'd be like environmental issues, right?
Is it profit or is it the environment?
Oh man, there is a lot of companies that are. I would say the vast majority are for like doing it right.
Oh,
I mean, I would honestly.
Wow.
100%, I would say they're mostly doing right. Like the ones that don't, like, and that's what I'm saying, they don't have the budget.
Because they don't want the lawsuit.
Just time out. Do you think they're for doing it right because it's the right? For us as a construction company, it's obviously it's in our best interest to do it right because it's going to cost us less if something happens.
Absolutely.
So do you think that's why they do it, or do you think because they really care about the environment?
I think it's both. I think it can be, two things can be true at the same time, right?
From your standpoint, as the again, what was your title?
I was a company man when I was in the prior to, I was an industrial hygienist.
Industrial hygienist. Like if you actually give a shit about the environment, you can do both at the same time. But as a CEO, you're charged with making money.
Right.
Do you really care about that, or do you just want to do it so that you can say I made money and?
Right. I mean, but look at it this way: if I don't do it right and I get caught with any one of these, I'm going to lose way more than I make. Right. Yeah. No. But I'm saying those two things can be true. Like, so if you don't do it right,
they can be. But are they? Do you think they are? I'm asking you as somebody who's been in.
Wait, do you think anybody in the oil business?
I personally don't.
Okay,
that's
so
what I'm asking. I've never worked in the oil industry.
But the oil business is the oil business. Do you think anybody in the oil business cares about, doing it right?
No.
Doing it right. Yeah. So
I would disagree with you. I mean,
that's what I'm asking.
That's what you're bringing up.
Anybody in the oil business, you think there's some that care?
Oh yeah, but I mean, and it's a different type of person. So like, man, the guys that we're out on the rig, man, mainly the Roughnecks.
I'm not asking about that.
No. But I'm saying,
I know
they
like
care.
some of those people care.
But no, like
I've been
on the top.
Okay, see, that's where I think it's flipped, right?
Okay.
And so I think mainly like where the oil field gets a bad rap is from like guys like me, right? We're like, we gotta get shit done. We're gonna do it. This. It don't matter if you like, whatever.
Yeah, because you're production. I get that.
Right. But like once you come to a certain level where you're not worried about that one well. You're worried about a number of wells to come through, right? So, but I mean, I can tell you, like ExxonMobil is huge, man. They're big on safety. ConocoPhillips.
After
Yeah.
No, BP.
After what happened?
ExxonMobil.
Well, the biggest companies are going to have the biggest risk.
Right.
And
Were they big on safety before that spill?
You mean BP?
No, ExxonMobil.
Which spill?
The Exxon Valdez spill.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like you're going to, okay. It's one of those things like nobody wants to get anybody injured, right? But no matter what you do, something's going to happen.
Wait, but that's a big statement. Nobody wants to get anybody injured. Some people don't give a fuck.
That is true, man. There's some people that outright don't care. And you're going to find those in some, like, in every organization, right? Like, I mean.
But I don't think you're going to find those people at our level.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
There's some, but yeah, mostly no.
I think you get like you could say, okay, let's say 5% of all the people that are, regardless of whatever, I'm just throwing out numbers, right?
Yeah.
So like I say, it's a large, right? Let's say for example, you get 5% of people don't care. I mean, that could be 5% of people that are working as roughnecks and floor hands. That could be some people that are management, some people that are consultants, company men, like people at CEOs. I guarantee you're going to come across that wherever you go.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be, when you look at the volume of what they're drilling and what they're doing, it's not, and it's not like they track those wells exactly where you're going. Like you can be, if you go into somebody's property, they track that. I mean, and you get sued severely. So
Again, it comes down to money.
well, no, it does absolutely. But I mean, that's what's just right. If you, I mean, and I'm talking that in that instance, if you drill in somebody's property, right, you could be, yeah, you're financially, it's not right for you to do so.
But that's not. It's not right for you to do so. But that's not their concern. Their concern is to get sued for it.
Right. I mean, well, yeah, right, but it's still not right. So there's people. I mean, they will tell you that they would say that's not the right thing to do. So we had an instance one time. We had a drilling rig that had a too aggressive of a bit, and so when you get like, it just bit hard. It's kind of like it just bit hard and went hard one direction, right? And so it went into a different lease that wasn't there, and I think it drilled like 3,000 feet in that direction before the well would get it back.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
so
That's
it
a
went
long
into
drill.
yeah, no, I mean, but you got to think about it. It's
You don't know what it
15,000
is until
feet.
you pull it out.
It's you can track it. You're like, oh shit, you can tell where you're going. When in a good directional driller, you have all that information in front of you. So all that information there will tell you. Like you're at this step, you're doing this,
And
you
they
went
keep
this
going.
direction. You had to keep going to get back into. So if this is like an imaginary line, they crossed in here, went 3,000 feet, and went back this way. So once they went down, once they corrected their path and got back where they needed to be, when they drilled out, so that's an impermeable shell. So once you drilled into it, nothing comes out of it. You got to frack it, right? So let's say these shells might be 11 miles deep or thick, and so you're in the middle of these shells. So when you drill into that strata and you're maintaining, you're looking for that 70%, whenever you get to it, then you go and you perforate it. So you perforate it means you send down this wire line and you send explosives off, and you break it every 1,000 feet. You'll send a charge off, and it's a charge about the size of a bottle cap, a little bit larger, and it puts a hole through a 1-inch piece of steel, like 6 or 7 inches of concrete, and then goes into like this impermeable rock, like solid rock. And they do that every so many, whatever the engineer calls for. Well, whatever they're perforating, they did not perforate that area that was
not
coming.
cutting any of this out. Fuck y'all, motherfuckers.
But when it was they did not perforate what was in somebody else's lease, right? So everything here that was back in their lease, they perforated all that, they fracked it, and that oil was oil that came from them. And so it came, but they didn't frack these 3,000. So these 3 zones that they drilled, but they did not frack that. So then they went back and they fracked the rest of the stuff that came back in there. But yeah, they were very honest about that. And by the time anybody finds that out, it probably wouldn't, I mean,
What
like
kind of
years
intent
after?
does that put in their bottom line?
oh, I'm sure it was pretty good amount. So because
I've always wondered.
the oil industry is only about 10% profit.
Oh, really?
But you're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars a year.
Oh, okay.
So it's you're
Every industry is only about 10 to 15% profit.
They're like 10% profit, but it's just a matter of volume, right?
Oh.
So, but they're very like, and where there's a water table or whatnot, is you just don't drill through a water table and keep going down. You actually oversize that drill. You come in there with a large casing. You got to penetrate I think it's 500 feet or whatever the engineer declares. You drill into that, and then you pump that out, and then you go back and drill through that. And so you got this big, massive casing that you just drop down in there, dig that deep, and then you put another piece of casing in there, and then you pump concrete.
So you used to have this underground river that used to feed wells that people would use to pump water out. So you drill through it, and you find the water, and then you build a concrete shaft that goes down through it and stops that underground river that used to feed wells.
No, because
Theoretically.
So think about it more like if you had a river, just think about
Luis, you gotta go pee.
if you had I'm just saying let's say you have so these aquifers they're not just a little bitty aquifer, they're these massive wide aquifers.
They might not be. Whatever.
And so if they're small, you wouldn't hit them. But if they're the big ones, you're gonna come down, you hit those. So you got a 6-foot metal shaft that might be in the center of a 500 or 600 foot, aquifer.
I gotcha.
So it's not like you blocking off the whole thing. You're just drilling in. So it's kind of like
I'm surprised. I didn't expect you to sit here and defend the oil industry.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Things.
Just from
All things.
well, I'm just telling you. This is from
You're obviously a lot more fucking knowledgeable about that shit than I am.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's are there bad companies?
They're
out
not
there?
as bad as people make them out to be. Is what you're saying.
Right. I mean, and there's companies that go out there and legitimately care, man. There's for example, like I was telling you, they spend $1 million, like these bigger companies.
But $1 million. So you could say 10 million. You could say $100 million. That is nothing compared to the amount of money.
After what you said about the
Yeah,
trillions.
but that's the same as a construction company.
Yep. I'm never gonna sit here and defend a construction company.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's any company, really, any company.
Well, you got to protect your profits, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
you gotta make
risk.
some kind of money.
That's the point.
There's risk, and
So
then
it's
there's
profits over
whatever.
everything because that's what they're charged with doing.
But if it was profits over everything, then it would be more than 10%, right? There's a lot of things that you wouldn't have to do.
Yeah, well, we're talking about if you're talking about Apple, if you're talking about Amazon, if you're talking about, there's definitely more than 10% there, right?
Oh, for sure.
Not every business has that kind of return or margin or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the people charged with running these companies, they're charged with profit over everything else. And if you got to lose $1 million, $10 million, $100 million to make $1 trillion, or not $1 trillion, $1 billion, whatever, it's whatever. We can sit here and talk about it, and yeah, some of them care. Some of those CEOs might actually give a fuck, but at the end of the day, they make their paycheck by screwing everything and everybody else over.
But I mean, that even boils down to an individual level, right?
It can, and it usually does.
Right. I mean, because if you think about it this way, if that was the case, wouldn't we spend the extra money to put solar on all our houses, pay that out of pocket so we can get that?
That's
You know what I mean? So I mean, there's always you're gonna I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit about you have to make money or it's not gonna stay open. But I mean that boils down to a person of
so the amount of money that you have to make, that's up to you.
You mean
I think we talked about this on one of our very first episodes.
I think so.
We were talking about fucking Elon and Bezos and
Twitter and shit.
right. There's no reason for Bezos to have $300 billion.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
He would be fine if he had 100 million. And the rest of his employees and the people that work on it would be a lot better off. There's no reason for BP or Exxon or any of those people to make the amount of money that they make. That they could make a fraction of that and still be fucking super
Rich.
fucking wealthy and way better off than everybody else in the world. And the people below them that actually make them that money would be like, okay. But the problem is they value and their number one focus is how much can I screw these people over? How much money can I make off of fucking the environment over? Like that, at the end of the day, that's what it is. I don't give a fuck how you spin it. Same thing with construction companies, same thing with car manufacturers, same thing with like anybody that makes billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. It's greed.
Well, yeah,
there's no fucking justifiable answer to say, no, it's okay. Like, it's okay that they make this absurd amount of money that they will never spend, no matter how much they try, and be socially conscious. It's.
I don't think I know.
But if it was greed, wouldn't it be worse? I mean,
What do you mean? How can it be worse?
Oh, it could be way worse. I mean, we could contaminate every water source that we have.
Yeah, but then you kill off the people that are making you the money.
It wouldn't matter though because you have all the money.
You don't have any money if people are making it for you.
You mean if they're killing them?
Well, if we're talking about you're talking about.
You're messing with the people, your consumers.
You have to do it to the point where you have to sustain the people that are making the money for you, right? Like, I can't kill off food sources. I can't kill off water sources because I have to keep the people alive that are sustaining my lifestyle.
But if you're already making millions and billions of dollars and you can just kill everybody,
huge difference
and then now you're making millions and billions.
I don't have a problem with people making millions of dollars. If you work hard, if you come up with an idea and you market it and you fucking work hard and whatever, and you hire a bunch of people and you make millions of dollars, that's fine. Billions of dollars, you're exploiting people.
I don't think so.
You don't think billionaires are exploiting people?
If you
if something gets so
if you came up with the idea first,
or
I don't have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. If you made $500 million,
yeah.
You're better off than everybody else that you know.
Yeah, but if you're making billions, that's where you have to draw the line because you're not helping out the people that are
making you that money.
Okay, but what if you are helping?
You're also hurting the environment probably, and you're doing a lot of shit that's wrong.
Okay,
and I think all four of us here at this table would agree that it's wrong.
What's wrong?
That
depends. That oil companies do, the things that car companies do, the things that every company that makes billions of dollars do.
What are they doing? What's wrong?
You'd have to explain you'd have to show me.
What are they doing?
Like, what are they doing? Because if they're doing
fucking polluting the environment,
you can't make that amount of money.
But they're within the rules.
I'm not arguing the rules or the laws, or then like obviously operating within the rules because they make the rules and the laws. Do we agree on that?
Yeah.
People lobbying for sure.
Yeah. So okay. So what's your argument?
But I've never.
No, I mean you're faulting them for coming up within. I mean, why don't you start your own company, your own oil company, and make
billions of
dollars?
Well, that's the thing. He would make millions of dollars and not billions.
Because he would be giving it. Because he would be giving it to his employees.
When you begin to make
that's
billions,
your choice.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying
I just don't understand what the argument is.
That they're exploiting people and the environment and everything else.
But what if they're not? What if there's a company that's not?
How are they exploiting them? How are they exploiting them if they choose to work there?
Exactly.
What is your choice? What are your choices? You either work there or you
it's your choice.
You work somewhere else. You work construction. You work somewhere else. Work in manufacturing.
Construction's the same thing.
Well, I'm just saying, but you're not tied to that one thing. It's not like that's the only thing that you do, you know?
What do you mean?
Like for example, you're saying if that's, you don't have an option. So if you don't work in the oil field.
I never said you didn't have an option.
A moment ago, you said that's your
I asked,
livelihood.
What are your options?
Right. I mean, there's plenty of them out there. It's not like just the one.
Like what?
So you can go either in the farming.
Hold on. So to preface my question, construction workers make good money. You and I both know we make good money.
Yes, yes.
Right? Oil field guys make good money. Who else is out there fucking killing the environment? Like literally every industry that destroys the environment and exploits people makes good money.
Yeah,
There's a reason for that, right? Because you got to keep them happy, so they keep doing it for you, so you can keep exploiting the environment, exploiting people, and making good money.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are options. I could work at McDonald's
Everything.
and be shit. Like that's my option. McDonald's also is a shit company, but whatever. I can work anywhere.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
I can go sell newspapers
Destroying humans.
and live on the streets and just have enough money to buy my food. Yes, I have options. That doesn't make it right.
No, they're all business.
Yeah.
But you're
Which one? Which company are you talking about that's not exploiting people?
there's a lot of there
not-
are
we're
a
not
lot
saying
of
that
small
none of them
businesses that
are.
are not exploiting people.
Small
There are a lot of
businesses.
small
Like-
businesses. They pay people whatever they can pay them, and then the owners of the small businesses make just enough to get by, or maybe
Yeah.
a little more, which I'm fine with. Maybe a lot more, which I'm also fine with. But they're not making billions of dollars off those people.
Right.
Billions of dollars that will never be spent, that
Yeah,
are
but what's-
unnecessary.
I'm having a hard
I
time.
don't know. I feel like
understanding.
it's
What are you having a hard time with?
they're doing that because that's what they want to do.
Who?
That
CEOs?
business employee or that
the
business
employees?
owner.
No.
That business owner.
Are you telling me you go to work every day because that's what you want to do?
No, because this is
That's
what I
your
know
choice.
what to do.
That's because
my
that's what you
choice.
know what to do, and that's your best option available. Everybody takes the best option available to them.
But the company
That
is
doesn't
making
change the
money
fact
off
that
of
the
your
people
back.
that owns that company and are hiring you are exploiting you.
Yes.
They're
They're
paying
making
you
money off
shit
your back. Yeah.
to make stupid money.
Yes.
That they will never use. That they have no there's no reason.
Yes,
for it.
I understand that. So what's the
But
point?
The point is there's no reason for this when we can have this. I don't have a problem with this.
But
Nobody
also,
does.
But also with that, you
But
like
what's the point?
That is the point.
I don't get it.
Give it to
There's
the
a
people.
company that.
Giving
Okay.
to him is like giving to the people.
Yeah.
no. I see
Yeah,
what
I
you're
mean,
saying,
there's
but
people
like,
that are givers and people
And
that
there- and there's, like, in
they don't
Japan,
wanna
right,
give.
they
I
have
mean,
a-
I don't understand what the argument is.
well, like in Japan,
Wait,
right?
hold on. What? Are you serious right now?
You're saying that billionaires should just give their money away because
That's
they're never
not at
going
all
to use
what
it.
I'm saying.
So what are you saying?
I'm
I don't
saying
get
they
it.
should pay if I'm making.
But they don't want to. It's their company. They can do whatever the fuck they
Exactly.
want.
That's the problem.
That's the
Wasn't
problem,
it
though.
society's? No, but society's.
So,
why?
so you guys have a problem with somebody doing whatever the fuck they want on
So
in a
they,
free,
if they
in a
become
free
real
country.
successful,
Okay, that's what you're
yeah,
saying.
I mean,
One at a time. Who wants to go first?
Oh,
but I'm tracking what he's saying. Like yeah, that's we're essentially trying to punish somebody for being extremely successful, right?
No, I'm not. Not at all.
Like if they become billionaires now, they,
We talked about this last week again. Bud Light is going to be fine. Bud Light got canceled. Bud Light is not going to make 20 billion this year. They're going to make 5 billion this year. They're not being punished.
but
Bud Light is still okay. I'm not punishing you if you're making $100 million this year instead of $3 billion this year. You're still going to be okay.
yeah, but it's still
You're still going to do whatever the fuck you want. You're still going to own the world. You're still going to run the world. But the people beneath you are going to be okay. They're not going to be wondering where their fucking next meal is coming. They're going to be wondering where they're going to make rent next week, next month. I don't understand how this is even a fucking.
I'm lost. I'm like,
Yeah, because
I mean,
like,
you guys want somebody to give their money away because they're
I
successful.
don't want anybody to give
no
someone
one
away.
wants anyone to
then
give
what
money
is it?
away.
Then
We
what is
want
it?
them to
share.
understand-
Y'all want them to share.
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's give everybody
No,
away.
Adrian, it's not sharing. It's not sharing.
It is sharing.
No. Okay.
They're making a lot of money. You're like, wait, you're making
They're
way
making
too
a lot
much
of
money.
money off of
Let's
you.
spread it.
Yeah, it's not sharing.
Yes.
It's,
Okay.
It's
we
your
want
choice
be
to work there.
compensated.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
that's your only choice. And you're okay with that.
Whose fault is it? That's the only choice, though.
Yours, stupid.
So you're fighting
It's
for
the employee has a
Who's
decision
me?
on whether
You're
they're
talking about me, the
You know what
worker?
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yes.
Yes, it is my only choice.
yeah, every employee has. I mean, you have an option, right? I mean, it's not like you're saying that's their only option to be there, and that's not the case.
No,
and
we already went over this. They could go work at 7-Eleven. They could work at McDonald's. They could work anywhere.
you can start your own business. You can start your own stuff. I
No,
mean,
you
but
can't.
Yeah, I
I
did.
mean, you can.
Are you fucking?
wait,
are you
wait.
guys serious right now?
Technically,
You're telling me
anybody?
You're telling me anybody right now. I could walk down the street and point at a person, and they could start their own business right now.
If they have that idea,
Yeah, you got to put some effort into
That's
it.
not
God damn it!
No,
Wow.
100%.
I am fucking mind blown right now.
I'm telling you,
you guys. I don't know.
like,
I'm
mom-
fucking mind blown.
No,
Why do you? Okay,
wait.
really fucking easy right now. Why haven't you started your own business?
I did.
And why are you working for somebody else right now?
Because my best friend asked me to come help him out.
That's why. You were doing fucking great, making billions.
I make more
And you just-
money. I make more money a month than what I do
because you know what?
per year.
Starting a business as a fucking regular Joe ain't that fucking easy.
No. I make more money in my business than what I get paid over there working.
Okay, well, that's different. You're a fucking anomaly. You literally, you're a good person. You quit.
I
gave
will-
up a bunch of money to go work with your best friend. That's admirable.
I still got my business going.
Okay, so you still have your own business.
Yeah, I still got my own
Yeah.
business. I do concrete and dirt.
So my question was, you really think if I can walk to 7-Eleven right now and find a person and point to him and say, hey, go start your own
Start a
business
business.
tomorrow, and he can do it?
No, it's just confidence.
God damn it.
No.
guys.
I'm telling
You can start a business on confidence?
I mean, if you,
What?
Why haven't you done it? Why haven't you done it?
Yeah.
I would just,
That's not the point.
That is the
That
point.
is a
No,
point.
it's not. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
How is it not?
What's the point then?
well, we were talking about billionaires has sharing their money.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I think if you made it a company and you're making billions and like you're
Why
still
don't you make a
Wait,
company?
wait.
I agree with
Wait,
you guys.
wait.
I wish that every billionaire would share with everybody.
I don't
and
want billionaires to share with
and
anybody.
everybody in the world
I
would
don't
just
want
have the
anybody
same.
to share with anybody.
They
Will
did
be
not
around the
make their
same income.
billions
Okay,
by-
that would be a perfect world.
Well, you're a communist then.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No.
You're a communist.
That's what you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
socialist.
socialist. Is that right?
Socialist.
I don't know.
No,
Well, either way,
No.
I don't.
billionaires
Don't
did not
understand
make
what
their
it is.
money from just working hard. That's never a thing. A billionaire has never made their money by working
And some
hard.
have. Some
Somehow.
have.
I don't know, man.
Mark,
Fuck, I don't have a computer in
Who
front of
has
me.
never
Some
exploited?
have.
Who has never exploited?
No.
Oh,
Every billionaire has exploited people,
Yeah.
but some have made it by their own hard work.
to start a
Some managed to get to the point where they can exploit people through their own hard
Yeah,
work. Yes.
I mean-
they got from A to B by doing their own
Yes,
work,
but it
and then
also
they got to
included a lot of hard work.
It did.
Then they got to
hard work.
C because they exploited people.
Do you not believe?
No,
like,
they got to be because they exploited people, but it also involved a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
do you think not in starting a business you're never gonna exploit someone?
And if I start, this is why I've never started a business.
Because you think
Because I
you'll get
can't
to
do
that
that.
point? Oh, because you wouldn't do that. Okay.
No.
I would say I've lost more money.
you have morals.
Like for example, so whenever I give a bid out, because I built custom homes, right? Mm-hmm. So
Hey, wait. Off topic, completely different. How long does it take to build a house? 2,000 square feet, normal.
2,000 square feet, you're looking 6 to 7 months, 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
Right now?
Ooh, yeah, I think right now would be
About 10 years ago.
uh,
If you were like, all
If you have-
things-
if you have
all-
money.
I
all
was
in,
building
all in.
it. I was building in 2014. So when I got laid off from the oil field, I went back to starting my own business, right? So
That's cool.
Like, what's the fastest you could build a house? All things being fucking ideal.
man, bro, if you're good at it, if you're really good at it, and you have and you're building it for yourself, you're not building it for like, I mean,
Like a business or something.
no, what? Yeah.
No,
But-
who cares who you building it for? Like, everything falls into place. All things are great. You've got
bro.
all the money available. What's the fastest you can build a house?
3 months.
Okay.
Is
Yeah, that's what I thought. We have a friend that's been building a house for like 2 fucking years. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, but it is tough. Like it's tough to build for somebody else.
kinda wrong.
So like all the custom homes that I've built, I've lost money on. Every single one of them.
Okay.
Last one I did, it came out $35,000 under.
See, that's why I can't start a business.
because you can't accept the
No,
Boss?
so
Well, because I'm not going to screw the customer over. I'm not going to screw my workers over. I'm not going to screw people over.
And there's some
you're
people-
not. You're never going to be a billionaire. I don't give a fuck how much you defend them.
I believe you.
You're never going to be a billionaire because you're the person.
No, and that is true. I'm a like so. For example, we had two.
You just
we had,
made my point. God
No,
damn
no,
it.
but listen
I'm
to
getting
me.
to the point where I have to go pee.
Listen to me. Listen to me. For like
Hey, check your bladder.
I'm gonna.
tie a knot on the end of it. You know what I mean?
It's usually the cup.
But like the houses I bid on, I had two houses that I bid on right at 2019. Right, there's a couple. They kind of and the thing is, man, like when somebody has a budget and they come to you and they say, hey, I just got approved for like a $350,000, whatever, you know, like, and I'm just going to throw out a number like $350,000. That's not a profit, but I'm just saying like $350,000. They want to get a 350. They want to use all of their money to get that.
Right. Yeah.
They don't sit back and be like they don't have a contingency budget. They don't have in case something comes up
Well, they
or
don't
stuff
know what
like
a
that.
contingency budget
Well, that's
is.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying, right? So a lot of people when they max out they max out, why? Because that's the most that they can get from the bank, based on the money that they have. So and that's usually what the issue's been. Like these people show up and say, hey, this is what I want to build, and I was telling them like, look, this is what's gonna. You need to have a little bit saved back. You have that. You need to maybe plan on building what $300,000 would get you, and whatever you don't make, you can put back to your mortgage, right? But what happened is 2020 came about, right? So like the price of everything jumped to the roof. And like these people that were there, well, they couldn't do it. I mean, they like, and what am I going to tell them? Like, I don't like, the bank's not going to give them more money. I mean, they were like, I had a 10%, like I can raise it 10% based on prices and stuff like that, but I never acted on that, right? So usually like, and when I tell somebody this is what I'm gonna do it for, I stick to that price. But what I found through all that is like, I actually I started out building houses for myself and just spec homes and selling them, right? Well, I was always in construction, like in high school growing up, worked in construction and then did commercial stuff and then ended up going to the oil field, right? So, but I saved up my money, but it like, going back to your point, you have to have a plan of what you're going to do in the future. If you're just always going to wait and never have it's kind of like saving up to buy a piece of property, right? If you never save up, if you never have anything saved up, when that property comes up, like your dream property, right, comes up, if you don't have that set back, then you're never going to get it. And that's kind of the same thing like if you're going to start a business. Like I wanted to own a business since I was little, Oh, dude. So I'm saying like I grew up in Mexico. My dad abandoned us when I was 1. My little brother got sick and died when I was 2, and my mom came to the U.S. when I was 3. I got left with my grandparents there, and I think part of the reason I think is that because my grandfather had such a big influence. He's been the biggest mold that I've had in my life, and he was like. He was de los hombres. You know what I mean? He was rough. First person to break my nose was my grandfather. I was 4 years old. He thought I was back talking.
You probably were.
And if you worked slow, he'd whip you. If you complained, he whipped you. And I'm talking about with just a fucking belt. And he didn't care, dude. Concussions, didn't give a fuck. He'd leave you out cold. I saw him drag a guy, throw him back in, like it was actually one of my uncles, beat his ass and tied his hands to the fucking tractor and made him finish plowing. But my grandfather was like, you don't complain, you don't whine, you just fucking work.
Yeah.
Like you're having a tough time, you work. Like that's, but my grandfather put money in the bank, and then the fucking market crashed in Mexico, like in the early 90s, late 80s. And so we lost everything. We were starving. My mom and I almost starved to death. My mom came to the U.S. She came over here, man. She was beaten. She was raped. And then she came back from when I was 6. So when I came back, like I grew up, like my bedroom was the laundry room, and I slept on top of the washer and dryer. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
She raised me like cleaning houses, busting her ass. She never fucking complained. We never, frijoles every day, baby. Frijoles y tortillas de harina. So she always busted her ass, man. Always worked. I would go help her out. And I remember like my freshman year in high school, like we were like spring break. And I was like, I'm going to go help my mom out. I don't get to see her all that much. So I went to go clean houses with her. And she cleaned 4 houses in one day. Oh my God, bro. That had been one of the toughest fucking jobs I had at the point. You know, I mean, I was out like, I never thought, I was like, oh, mom, just cleaning houses, whatever, not a big deal. But kicked my ass, man, cleaning those 4 houses with my mom, like deep cleaning and shit like that. And after that, I never asked her. Like, I literally would only get, when it came time for school shopping, blue jeans, white t-shirt. That's what I wore from the time I was spring break of freshman year in high school to the time I graduated college. You would never see me outside of some
jeans and white t-shirt.
Just a pack of Hanes.
Cut you off. Where are we going with this?
Man, where the hell are we going with this? I got my grandfather. So, man, I don't even know how we got in that tangent, bro. But
you were trying to stand up for Jeff Bezos.
oh yeah. So, no,
Bill Gates, yeah.
but I mean, I think you have to like all
Stand
that
up
is like
guy.
preparation, right? So it's not like so yes, people can start. I have faith in people that they can start their stuff, but it's not going to be like to your point, like you're saying, they can't go from one to the next. But you have to make that initiative and being like, hey, I'm going to start doing something, whatever, man. I've seen guys
I
that
really feel like y'all are confused. Like, I really feel like y'all are not understanding the difference
Hold on, let
between
him finish up.
billion to a million.
Yeah.
Or
I
a million to a
understand.
billion.
I understand it.
Yeah, no, it's like the same from 1,000 to 1,000,000, right?
No,
So-
it's not the same.
I mean,
Mathematically, it's not, but whatever.
Right.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you have to make a first step, right?
But you have to be in a position where you can make the first step.
What do you mean by that? Like, I mean,
So
Like,
I grew up like you. We were poor, whatever. I'm the youngest of 7,
right,
and my dad worked his entire life. My dad started work. He dropped out of school when he was in 4th or 3rd grade or some shit like that. Worked his whole life, right? Raised
Right.
us, whatever. Taught us to work hard. You know, provide for your family, all that bullshit. I was lucky because I was the youngest of 7. That by the time I was of age to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do, my parents were in a position where they could help me achieve that if I chose to do so.
right,
So pause. Homeboy in Highland Park, homeboy in Plano, homeboy in wherever the fuck
right,
was in a much better position to get to where they were, right? And I was in a good position. I was well because my parents were good people. My parents were work hard and get to what you want to get. There are people that don't have what I had, and I was at the low end of Highland Park, Plano, Garland. Just moved from Juarez to El Paso.
right.
Like, right, this is where I started. This is where they started. This is where they started. This is where they started. Right. We don't have the same opportunity. We don't have the same. It's not the same. Right.
And nobody said it was.
But you said everybody has it.
Everybody had.
I'm at the bottom.
Everybody has a chance.
Hold on. I'm
is
at the
what-
bottom. I'm at the bottom of the spectrum that I'm talking to about right now.
Okay.
And I'm at youngest of 7 from a poor family. 7 of us lived in one room at some point. I don't remember because I was too little, but whatever. This is, I started here and I ended here.
Right.
Right. If I put myself up here, 90% of the population is below me. So no, we don't all have the same fucking opportunity. No, we don't all start from the same point. No, we all can't start a business when we choose to. We can want all we want, but at the end of the day, the opportunity has to be there. Right? And let's fuck it. Let's say I grew up at the bottom of me starting here and I'm down here and I'm super fucking smart and I know how to work the system and I try really fucking hard. And I start my own business and I do well. Fine. You started your own business. I don't know where you started in that spectrum, right? Because we went from the 1% to the rest of the population. I don't know where you started, but you don't no longer have that business because you're a good person. And you couldn't see yourself exploiting people and fucking screwing them over so that you can make that money. My point is, there is no fucking reason why there should be people in this world that have $300 billion when there are people in this world that are getting eaten by fucking vultures because they don't have anything to eat and they die on the side of the road. There's no reason for that. I don't give a fuck how you spin it. There's no reason for that.
Wait, let me put it this way. George, how much do you make a day?
It's not important.
Okay, well,
Just like I don't want.
if you were to spend $1,000 a day,
Yeah.
it would take you 2,740 years to reach $1 billion.
Okay.
That's how stupid this is. Bezos has 300 of those.
Okay.
That's an absurd amount of money.
It is.
Again, I don't think most people realize the difference between $1 million and $1 billion. I don't have a problem with people making $100 million. Fine. That means the people below you are making a stupid amount of money and they're living well and we're all enjoying life as we should.
Yeah.
$300 billion is absurd. Look up the definition of the word absurd.
I get it. But
We should not. You can't. I don't give a fuck how capitalistic you are.
Okay.
Defend that with a logical argument.
okay.
There's no reason for him to have that.
And
much money.
I'm open for.
He's not even
I mean,
going to
If,
touch
if
half
you
the
disagree
money.
with me, by
What
all
is-
means, email me, text me, go on all our social medias.
who-
We will have you on and we will debate this.
Well, I mean, I agree with that. Bezos does what? Amazon?
Yeah.
Who uses Amazon?
Barely.
Yeah. Base.
Everybody.
Business.
He barely does
All right,
anything.
then
So you're okay with that?
argument's over. You use it, right? You support it.
Yeah, I mean that is true.
Your brother worked for Amazon and he got paid shit.
That's his choice.
You're right. You're right.
Are you guys serious?
it is.
So I'm supposed to just go to Bezos and be like, "Hey, why'd you?" No, my God,
Well, no,
I
that's
can't
the
believe
thing.
this.
That's
I
the
can't
problem.
believe this.
Is we all should
is-
actually have an issue with this.
But we all use it. So
no, but we all have,
argument is
at this
over
point,
right
we
there.
all have
The
accepted,
argument's over right there.
We all
It's
have
not.
accepted.
It is.
No, it's not. We
It
all have
is.
accepted that it's an issue.
Your
but we're
argument
like,
is that I'm supporting
well, I
it,
guess we
so I
gotta.
should be okay with
well,
it.
yeah, exactly.
you are supporting him.
So I should be okay
He
with
has
it.
billions of dollars because of you.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
he
guess
does.
if he's
So
It doesn't make what he's doing right.
Correct. Yeah.
No, what he's doing is not wrong.
It is.
It's,
Nah, I don't think it
he's
is.
making all the
not
money
wrong.
because of everybody else. I mean,
Yes.
if I come up with something and all of a sudden it becomes
You
a
put the
$1 billion
process
thing,
together.
like I'm like,
Adrian,
I
you
don't know
wouldn't
what
do
I
it. I
did.
know you. I know you as a person, and
So
you
if-
wouldn't do
no.
it.
If someone made $1 billion on
Not in
you,
a perfect
look,
world.
look,
in
I'm
this
with you
world.
guys. I'm
If
telling
it
you
blows
that
up.
I'm with you
No,
guys.
you're not. You're
I
telling
am.
us that Jeff
I
Bezos is
am.
not
it's
doing
okay.
it.
I'm,
Yeah.
No, I'm with. I'm saying that I would like for everybody for that to be fair. That would be fucking
Ideal.
amazing.
Yeah.
And you're right. He's never gonna spend that money, and it's a ridiculous amount of money, absurd amount of money to have. But
But what?
That's-
It's okay.
no, it's not okay.
That's what you're saying, though.
it's been
We're saying
You're
it's
saying
not
it
okay,
don't-
and you're arguing with us.
him making
Yeah.
him making a
It's-
product that
we all
use.
agree that it should be better. But is it
Yeah.
okay?
No.
I mean, if that's what
If
he
your
did,
answer is yes, then we
he
disagree.
did not make that money on his own
But he-
at all.
Nobody
No.
did.
No, it was his idea.
That-
Nobody-
no,
and it
no, no,
blew
no,
up.
no, no.
He put a system of processes together. He put a business plan
Well,
together. and
he
started
did
it.
not.
He did
He
not.
did
He
not.
did not. Neither
He
did
bought-
fucking
he
Elon.
bought it.
Neither did fucking. They hire people that
They
are smarter
hire
than them
people-
to do all
exactly.
these things for them.
None of
and those
them-
people aren't being compensated as they should.
You don't
and the
think so?
people
Like
that,
the people
put
that
those
started out?
processes that they came up with
Maybe they did.
into practice aren't being
No,
compensated
none of
as they
them
should.
are.
You don't think so? I think
No.
I definitely
No,
think they
I
probably
would.
are.
Sure.
Because
You
if,
think?
if
Okay, wait. Time out. Going back to Jeff Bezos, he has $300 billion, right?
Right.
And he hired people to do all this shit. Let's say he has 100 fucking engineers that design the processes for him. They're not getting whatever 300 billion divided by not 300, let's say 200. They're not getting that. They're not getting paid that. And then the people that work under them that implement the process that they came up with are not getting paid whatever that's worth. Whatever.
Right, it trickles down, right.
It doesn't trickle down. Trickle down economics is a
Trickle-down
fucking
economics is a
fucking
lie.
the biggest
Yeah.
lie that's ever been pushed upon the American public, and everybody bought it because the economy was great. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit. It doesn't trickle down because he has 300 billion and you have shit. If it trickled down, it would trickle down.
Do you think that you're getting paid what you're worth at your job currently?
You're not. You're getting paid enough.
But
To make it. You're getting paid more
what
than
you
enough.
deserve.
well,
You're getting
that's
paid
not the-
more than most people,
You'd have
but
to-
you're not getting paid what you're worth to that company.
You'd have to mess up the whole market.
If you were to mathematically
market?
put what you do for that company into a mathematical equation, you're not getting paid what you're worth to that company.
Yeah, but that's not my sole income either.
That's not the point.
That's not the point. Are you getting paid what you're
time.
worth at the company that
But,
you're working
hey,
for?
It comes down to the market.
We're over 2 fucking hours. We gotta cut this shit short.
Oh man, we
comes
gotta
to the
keep
market.
going, man. I still have some stuff I wanted to.
Okay, you can come
talk
back,
about it,
man.
man.
We can come. You can
I-
come back.
man, I
Hey,
definitely
part
enjoyed
two.
it. But you know,
As a
sometimes
matter of fact,
I
you know
forget.
what? We're
I want to
we,
hear
can't we need more mics.
Let's go do
Because I'd
our
love
let's
to
go
have
do
them
our
and Justin
homework.
on.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
we'll get it
Yeah,
over
for
for
sure.
you, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
would
But I
be
mean,
cool.
I think it'd
this
be
is
fun.
this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of debating that you have to have, right? Because
Yeah.
one pulls the other
Yeah.
kind of the center, right? And this is kind of just talking like, this is awesome. Like this was nothing like. There was no. I didn't feel disrespected. I didn't feel like I disrespected anybody.
If I did, I'm sorry.
No. But I'm saying that, and that's how it should be, man. You have to have these conversations. You have to be able to debate with people to be able to, widen your horizons, right?
Right.
I mean, I definitely, one of the things that you said, and I've told this to people, if I would have had a higher platform to take off,
Where would you be?
I'd be all over the place,
Right.
But I mean,
And I would be doing a lot of stupid shit too.
no.
I'm not-
But I'm saying that so that one of the things, like everything that I got going for me now is not for me. Like I will never reap the benefits. Like all these houses,
Yeah.
by the time they get paid off, by the time we're getting paid off, what I want to do, like this is my like going. Like my grandfather started this.
You want to
my
make
mom-
your kids start up here.
Yeah, and I just
damn it.
the only thing that I can hope and that I want to push on them is to instill in the last 3 generations of where we started out in my family, like growing up on a ranch and up in the mountains in Mexico. So no, what I'm talking about. Just like it's like growing up here on Thursday.
Yeah.
All that to where we're at now is like, don't let this be the end. I'm trying to push.
Yeah.
Will I ever become a billionaire? Probably not, man. Like not going to happen.
Because you're a good person.
But I want to put somebody in a position to where, like, and my mom says it all the time. She'll cry a little bit. And she's like, "I'm sorry, I couldn't give you a better education." I was like, "Mom, you gave me the education that I needed."
Yeah.
Because that's what it was available to me. At the
I
time.
gotcha.
Okay, so that's my point. Like, no, I mean, for me speaking, like, whenever it's not for me, anything that I got, any fruits to reap, is not going to be for me. It's going to be for my kids or grandkids, right? And I just want to keep pushing them to come out. But my idea is this. My point is this. If I was the one person, or maybe not, maybe the first person to start, because it happened a couple of generations. I mean, we still start, but I mean the mentality, right? The mentality started there. That's where it started with my grandfather, right? And my mom's the same way. And then she pushed that on. That was a step. Like, I'm actually the first person in the family to actually push the money. Like, I'm the first person in the family to become a millionaire, right? But my thing is, like, if in 4 or 5 generations from now, if that could happen, if I had a descendant that became a billionaire, I wouldn't want him to be shunned, because the effort didn't just happen from him, right? It happened from a push from the family going up.
I gotcha.
So,
But, well, are we taking inflation into account?
well, yeah, I mean, hell, that might be like making like $5,000 now. You know what I mean? But
As
you
an
know-
aside, can I just tell you, it will take 40 billion a year to cure world hunger. 40 billion a year.
Any one of those fuckers could cure world hunger.
Exactly.
But they don't.
And they're just like, fuck it, I'm making my billions. It's fine.
I think that other things.
If your descendants
I
become
agree,
billionaires,
but
there's shit people.
that's
all
the
I'm
world
saying.
we live
Well,
in.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's my only, like, people say is like, well, you're not a millionaire, you're not a billionaire. It's like, no, I'm definitely not. But my goal is to better myself, and not financially. That's
As a person.
Yeah, well, as a person, I mean, if y'all knew me better, y'all would say I'm not a very good person. No, I'll play. But I mean,
Maybe you're a fun person.
so I try to be. I would say in business is tough for me because I don't.
Because you have morals, man. It's not that hard to admit it. It's fine. It's fine.
No. And that's
You know
and
what?
that's.
We're here for you.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks. So
Dude, thank you for coming.
no, absolutely, man. It's a pleasure, man. I like to come back, man, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll build my custom home.
We have to perfect, man.
Eric and Justin, I love it.
Eric and Justin at the same time. We'll put another fucking mic at the end of the table.
He can sit on my lap.
We'll put another camera right here.
That would be great right there.
All right.
We're out.
Thanks.
Thank y'all. It's good, man.